So, hello. The air condition is not working today. It's hot. Stop working today. Full air condition. We don't have Hume, we don't have Brosnan, we don't have Krampus, and we don't have air condition. Go for yourself. So, hello, how is everyone doing? Here, Folklore. So, today we started because Dune Awakening is, 1 year of its release. Right? It's been 1 year. And there's gonna be a dev stream, soon. In 13 minutes or something. Which gives us time to read some of the patch notes that they're gonna, announce because of the 1 year anniversary celebration. Helen also keep note, maybe, I will carry on and forget about it, okay? Also, the flu command is working and the voice express working. I found what was causing the issue. So let's read about the patch notes. Thank you, Sleepers, celebrating 1 year of Dune Awakening together. Greetings, Sleepers, we are the Sleepers. A year ago today, we opened the door to Arrakis on PC. After working on it for so long, it was great to go from us. Climaticικό. Full condition doesn't work. Fuck me, man. It worked 2 days. It was absolutely fucking paradise. Now it's hot again. Fuck. It's not working. Anyhow, it is what it is. What happened to the music? Okay, now. Thank you for the energy and the passion. We've enjoyed the cool bases, the unofficial arenas and races, even the time Ben forgot to power his base. Today, Dune Awakening is better because of the great feedback we have received and all of your enthusiasm you have put into it and into this community. So from all of us at Funcom, thank you. We hope the year ahead is every bit as exciting as the last. It's a big year for the game and for the Dune universe, and we are grateful to be a part of it with you. To celebrate this milestone together, we are marking the 1 year anniversary of Dune Awakening with a limited time event featuring free rewards, progression boosts, and community focused fun. The event runs from June 10th until July 10th, 1 month. Aligning with the game's original launch anniversary and overlapping with the Steam Summer Sale June 25th to July 9th. So if you don't have Dune and if you haven't won Dune from us, who is now, man? Platinum. Give me a second, guys. Be right back. Someone, hit the bell. Give me a second. So let's go. Someone hit our door. Anyhow, where were we? They interrupted us. So they're gonna have some free rewards. Dune Awakening anniversary for 1 month. The first week from June 10th to July 10th. Week first, no. June 10th, July 10th, it's not a week, it's a month. Anyhow, we're gonna have this one. Master Operative of the Dune's Light Armor Cosmetic. What is that, a coffin? Contemplation Tea House. This is for stitches. It looks like a coffin. Huh? It looks like a fucking coffin here. Contemplation tea house. Okay. I mean, it's tea. I mean, it's from UK people, right? It's from Stitches and Gothic that they drink tea because we don't drink tea. Okay, it's the national drink. A month of rewards and progression. Each week introduces new cosmetic items, all of which stack over the duration of the event, meaning players can collect the entire set by participating throughout the month. The featured reward line is the Contemplation Tea House Collection. It's for Stitches and Gothic, of course. Tea, right? English. England, people. A themed set of decorative items for players, housing alongside a stand-out armor cosmetic. So the first week, we're gonna have counter set pieces and the master operative of the Dune light armor. So that is what the first week gonna take. The second week is the tea house seating, including a sofa and a chair. The third week is a table and tea set furnishing. The fourth week, final decorative elements, including a mural and bally set. And all of them together is what you see here, right? Boosted progression weekend. In addition to cosmetic rewards, the event includes 4 timed boosted progression weekends, each offering double rewards in a specific progression area. A perfect opportunity to catch up or get ahead. So, the first week, June 12th and 15th, we're gonna have double faction reputation. June 19th until 22, the second week, double housed script rewards. The third week, double specialization XP. And the fourth and last week, which is a month, double Lanthra dungeon loot. Each boost runs from Friday morning through Monday morning, giving players extended windows to maximize gain. Note, everyone's mnemonic recollections will be topped up to 35 at the start of the event for the script, faction, and specialization XP weekend boosts. Okay. Yeah, but I'm not. And it's not for you, Arun. This is not for you. It's not talking about you. It's talking about, in general. But yeah, I know what you want to say. For people that already have that, they don't give a fuck. They don't care about it. So I think they're trying with this, with the boosted stuff, to bring players back that they didn't went so far, right? Amazing time to visit Araki for new end experience. The anniversary celebration, 1 year of updates, and the upcoming 40% discount during the summer Steam sale, June 25th, July 9th, from June 25th until July 9th, make this the perfect time to visit Arrakis. We recently made PvP fully optional and introduced self-hosting, opening up new ways to experience Dune Awakening. We've also announced an upcoming console launch and a new single-player mode. What exactly is this new single-player mode gonna be? If someone wants to just do the story, the chapters, and doesn't want to do anything else, I mean, how is that gonna work exactly? Read more in this blog. See you on the Dunes. So, new cosmetics. First week is this one, and this one, and all 4 weeks there's gonna be new cosmetics, and when you're gonna have completed, this is how the room gonna look like, right? This here is gonna, here is gonna sit Gothic and Stitches, and Camp Survivor because he's also from UK, and all this is for you. It's for Stitches and Gothic because they are from UK and their national drink is tea. I don't fucking give a fuck about tea. But yeah, new stuff, new skins and stuff like this. Okay, now let's go and see what the fuck happened. Yeah. We have tea, yeah. You have tea. What do you mean? Yeah, exactly.
Hate.
You hate tea. I mean, did you say that to other people from your, friends of yours from UK? I mean, it's your national drink, right? I know that you don't like tea. I hate tea. Except if it's like a cold tea, so maybe I will give it a try. Right? So, let's see. I don't know what exactly the single player will be like. I mean, single player. What exactly is this? What do they mean single player? You're gonna have the opportunity to play just by yourself and no one else? How is that gonna work in a game like Dune? You're just gonna be there alone by yourself? Do everything by yourself. Okay. I mean, since there's no PvP anymore anywhere in Arrakis, in Hagabasin, right? And you can choose to go and do PvE Deep Desert. What's the point to have a single player? I mean, that will have, you know, that would make sense if there was PvP all over the place, and you're just going to play single player and, you know, experience the game in single player, so you will not have any danger to be attacked or anything. So that's the only thing that I can, you know, think of, you know, making sense about the single player. It's more for, you know, it's probably more for console players, right? I don't think this is gonna be for PC. Okay. Yeah, I mean, but why? Maybe because is it gonna have crossover? Is it gonna have crossplay between? I mean, the players that are gonna play the game from console, are they gonna be able to join servers that, you know, for PC servers, or are they gonna have their own servers just for the consoles? Is it gonna be able to interact both PC and console players? Anyhow, we shall see what they're gonna say. So we're gonna watch that, and after that we're gonna stop and we're gonna start mission 3 of Pragmata. Yeah. Let's see how it goes. Pragmata is in German, but since the original word is, you know, is from the Greek word, you should pronounce it how it's supposed to be. So if it goes from a German word, I will pronounce it like the, you know, how you pronounce it. So anyhow, let's go. Oh fucking man, I'm too hot. Oh fucking man, I'm really thinking to not stream later. It's too fucking hot, man. I'm sweating all over the place, and I just go Kaiba, and I'm even more sweaty. I mean, I'm seriously thinking of not streaming Pragmata later. Because of the heat. Let's see. It worked for 2 days and something, I mean. Work! It's not the same, Stitches. Don't you feel? I mean, do you really think that we didn't use fan here all these years that, you know, it was not working again? Of course we did, man. We don't have the same heat. I told you that many times. The heat in Greece is way worse than your heat. Yeah, and I'm gonna have Helena spraying with me, and I'm gonna switch every 10 minutes.
And the humidity is going 100.
Yeah, we're gonna have a fan and we're gonna switch every 10 minutes with sprays.
Yeah, but for how long, Stitches?
Yeah, but for long, Stitches? That's how it's gonna be there for the rest of the summer for us. Xbox, thank you very much for the raid. Thank you. That's how it's gonna be for until September for us, Stitches. For you, it was just 1 day or 1 week, maybe. For us, it's gonna be until the rest of the summer and until early September. Xbox Relax, thank you very much for the raid. Thank you. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Paco, Helen, Paco. We are from Greece, but we speak and stream only in English and chat only in English because most of the people watching us, like 99% or something, is outside of Greece. Dimitri Raki, thank you very much for the raid. We are about to watch, co-stream, the dev stream from Dune Awakening, which we are content creators and want to see what's gonna be here, what's gonna happen.
Hello, Dune.
Who are you? Where is the woman? Where is the woman? I prepared myself to see the, you know, the beautiful woman. Where is she?
First of many.
I'm
I'm Camille. I'm the senior lead community dev, and it's my pleasure to also welcome some of the returning faces. on our show today. Joel, our Chief Creative Officer, and Ule Andreas.
Thank you, Dimitri Laki. Thank you, man.
Director. Gentlemen.
Jordanis, thank you very much for the raid.
Obviously, today is a party here at Funcom.
I can see that.
Pretty
And
good.
I'm well dressed for it.
Did you make a setup?
Well prepared for the party? No.
We've been
So-
celebrating all day.
We've been celebrating all day. There was cake earlier. My blood sugar spiked. I had to have a sleep afterwards. I might have to go see a doctor about my type 2 diabetes soon. But no, doing well so far. Have enough energy to get through a live stream. It's going to be good.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
He has
And
diabetes as
now
well.
It's out. So we're going to
Nice.
dive into some cool
Oh, and
things.
I'm so excited because today we can talk about stuff, actually.
Yeah, it's been quite tricky last time we've been here, or you were here with Tasha, since we had to be quite tight-lipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On
It was like last live stream we did, we were like, hey, can we talk about any future stuff? Well, you can't mention the console stuff. And you can't mention like the polar caps. And you can't talk about like single player stuff. It's
Yep.
like, oh, okay. What's this live stream going to be about? We'll find out. We'll go. So this
Okay,
one's gonna
so
be-
what can
we
you
actually talk
what
about
can
stuff.
you talk about?
Absolutely,
Nice.
and this one's gonna be more laid back. It's more chill since I'm here as well. And yeah, before we're gonna dive into all of the anniversary that is happening right now, talk more about the console release, the single player mode, and some of the upcoming updates.
They're lagging a bit.
There is
They're
something
lagging a bit.
else we want to start with, because coming into this live stream, we knew we wanted to also spice things up, do something else, and we thought that, hey, maybe it would be cool if all of us together would design a tattoo that will be then added into the game to celebrate the first Dune Awakening anniversary. So to make this happen, we also have another colleague that is joining us during today's live stream, Caroline, our character concept artist. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing good, thank you.
That's awesome. Well, first of all, thanks for agreeing to even do this live on air. I cannot imagine how stressful it might be. But yeah, if you could maybe introduce yourself, tell everyone a little bit more. What do you do at Funcom? How long you've been with us? I'm sure everyone would appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Caroline. I'm
Hi.
a character concept artist here at Funcom. I've been
I
here
mean,
for 3
you're not
years,
bad, but I was
working on
pre-
Dune
you know, I
and
prepared myself for
mainly
the, you know,
characters and costume.
from the other
but
one.
also design most of our
I'm
in-game
depressed now.
tattoos, which is
And I'm
what I'll
hot.
be doing today.
and not in the good way.
Perfect person to have to do the job that is needed. But can you maybe tell everyone how they will be able to participate, what they will be voting for?
Yeah, so we've picked out 4 themes for you guys to
Hello, Wizard.
choose from. The first one is Shai Hulud. Then we have Muad'Dib. The third one is Trials of Akul. And then we also have Spy Stream. So we'll set up a poll for you, and then you'll
You're gonna
pick
have Spice Girl.
one of these, and then I'll be
Ah,
designing a
Spice.
tattoo based on that.
I have
And
Spice
then by
Girls.
the end of the stream,
Tell me what you want, what you
guys will
really
be able
want.
to see
Tell me
my
what you want.
sketches for the theme you picked, and we'll be choosing one that I'll be developing further.
We're
We'll
good,
end up in
Wizard. I mean,
Yeah,
we're hard,
so the
but
poll
we're
should be
good.
going live momentarily if they're not already there on Twitch and YouTube. So go ahead, cast your vote. We're gonna have them open for a couple of minutes, and after that, Caroline will start designing this. So can you maybe show us a little bit more how that process will actually look like?
Yeah, sure. So I can just show you my screen here.
Mhm.
As you may be able to see, I'm going to be painting directly on our 3D model. I can show you an example of something I've done before. So this is a sleeve and a neck tattoo that I did previously. Well, this is a final design. I will not be doing a final design today.
Is that
But we'll
Blender?
be doing a loose sketch in black and white. Yeah, so this is my typical workflow.
No, it's not Blender.
I'll basically just be doing a neck or face tattoo, maybe both, we'll see. I'll probably try a few different things, and I'll just be painting directly onto the model like this. I already have a huge mood board ready, so I'm ready to start sketching.
Okay, so in a process like this where you will basically have a singular prompt on the tattoo, how are you gonna go about, starting from the blank state?
Yeah, so the first step is always doing research, which I've already done. I gather references and images of inspiration, and then I usually start ideating. So my first sketches typically aren't pretty good. It's just about getting ideas out of my head, and then as I get into a flow, my ideas develop into something more concrete, and then I end up with something that's tangible, and then we can go from.
Okay, awesome. I'm getting a word from our production, aka Ignacy, that the results from the poll are in. Let me just get that information through shouting, yeah.
Shy Hulud by a long shot.
Shai Hulud by a long shot. Well, there we go. You guys clearly know what you want.
He's not with his socks. He's wearing slippers.
58, 47% respectively on Twitch and
Oh,
YouTube.
that's a big upgrade.
Okay, there is no questions there.
He's not only
So,
with his socks now.
Caroline will basically take that in and start drafting, sketching, doodling a few options for us. Once again, it's not gonna be close to a final product. What we wanna get at the end of the show, it's something that you guys will able to vote on again, that we will flesh out further, and at a later stage, we'll show you the two final options again, and let broader community as well vote on which one of those will be
Hello,
added
Parapam.
into the game at the earliest opportunity after production will allow us to do this. So
Looking
without,
at you.
yeah, I'm looking directly at Ule Andreas
I was
here.
personally hoping Spystream would win because that's all fucked up, and we could
Yeah.
take some we could take some LSD and figure that one out. But no, not
That
this
will be
time.
very interesting how
Sounds like a
how we
different
can
live
depict
stream.
it. Yeah.
Very different live stream. Yeah.
That's for our subscribers later, you know, on our Patreon.
Moving to you now.
Yeah, you can definitely move to me. So Caroline, thanks very much. You can start your work. We will look and check in on your progress periodically throughout the show.
Gavin will be in later to art direct, and it'll be good.
Sounds good.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's get on with the live stream. Anniversary has started today. It's June 10th, not counting the head start that lets some players play 5 days in advance. And we have some in-game celebration happening right now. So for anyone logging in between now and July 10th, we will be giving out some in-game cosmetic items for free. Ignacio, you can maybe start showing what we're having for the people. Obviously, one of them is this contemplation tea house.
Yeah,
set
man, because
that
he's the sock guy.
consists of the counters, sofa, stool, tea service with a table, body set, and wall relief. So basically everything that you can see on the screen.
So, do you like
Show
these
them what
stitches?
they've won.
You are the
So,
decorative.
some luxury.
You're the decorator, right? Of all of our games. Do you like
The
that?
coffee and tea set.
Oh, some spiced tea there.
It looks like a bar.
yeah,
Oh,
it
sorry.
definitely
Yeah.
looks.
It looks like a
Reminds me
bar.
of like the old game shows where they were like, show them what they've won. Well, this couple will be going on an exciting tour. No, this is great. This is cool stuff. Our art team knows what they're doing.
Really nice.
Is it the spit coffee set from the?
Yeah, you can use that as a bar, right?
Arrakis.
Kind of.
That's how we make
Part of
coffee.
it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they
Yeah,
help you,
sure.
stitches.
But you know, guys, I love it. There's no questions about that. But obviously, you know, deep inside, I have a question. Will we ever get something with more Harkonnen aesthetics to it?
Yes.
Hello, Susie.
At some point, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that would make the 5 Harkonnen players very, very happy, including myself. No, there's definitely more of us
Oh, come on.
out there.
Come on. I'm rolling with the Baron aesthetic in my life, so I feel like it's.
You're in,
I'm an Atreides, so
As-
I
as-
can't.
There's this weird progression on Dune that the more we do live streams, the fatter and bolder I'm going to get, and eventually I'm just going to be floating into the room for the start of the live streams.
I think at that
Because-
point we're gonna be able to
Exactly.
create some suspense
So
for you, right?
It's gonna
I'm
be
going
nice.
with the
Like the
Baron.
Harkonnen, it's gonna float.
There should be more Harkonnen stuff. We've talked about it quite a bit. That like a lot of the marketing stuff that we've been giving the marketing team to give out is like a tradies themed, and that's probably just because we made a lot of that early on, right? So we have we'll get to the Harkonnen stuff.
Awesome.
Trust the man in the pointy hat.
That's it. We're,
Yeah, this is the
I
new
have all
cosmetics.
the information point blank. It's guaranteed.
Every week
You can quote us
until 10th of
But
July
besides the
or
T-set,
something of
there's
July,
also
they're gonna give
the
away
master operative
free
of the Dunes.
cosmetics.
This is the light armor variant.
One
which you can
of that
actually
is
get,
the light armor and the
today,
other thing that
right?
you saw.
The rest of the rewards will be given out on a weekly basis. So basically, every week you will get additional pieces from the T-set added automatically to your collection. So you don't have to do anything. You just need to log in, play the game. They will automatically appear either in your customization menu or in your construction menu in the decoration section. So we basically have that, but on top of it, we also going to have a set of boost progression weekends for the next 4 weeks, each of them focusing on a different area. Everything will be doubled. So June 12, 15, we have the faction reputation, 19 to 22nd, house script rewards, 26, 29th, the specialization XP, and then July 3rd to 6th, we will double the Landstrat dungeon loot. For the first 3 weeks, you can also expect that we will top up everyone's mnemonic recollections to 35. So at the start of the progression weekend, regardless of how many
Double
charges you
faction
have,
reputation,
you will
okay.
have the full
Double
35
house
so that
script
you can
rewards.
actually enjoy
Double specialization
as
XP,
much
that's not bad.
advantage from that boost
And
as
double
you
Landstrat
possibly
dungeon loot, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so basically that's that. I know it's a special occasion. We've been doing some weekend boosts. We've been doing some community challenges. What do you guys think we can expect in the future? Is that something we're gonna be seeing regularly happening? Is there any particular cadence that you guys are thinking about doing?
Yeah, I think like our plan is to try and do. So there's like different types of events, right? We have these community events, we have these buff events or boost events as we're calling them, and then there's kind of themed content events, like something like the one we did with the Churm guns last year, right?
Okay, yeah.
For
So
chapter
like
2, I mean.
yeah, so which we did, for chapter 2. So the idea is to kind of have one of these events maybe every month, right? In the long term. Not right now because we're still very focused on getting the console and single player stuff done. But in the long term, moving towards more like that. And then how often we would have the unique content events will depend on how expensive they are to produce. But we have some ideas already. I'm already working on some pretty cool ideas for that, which I can't talk about yet, sadly, but going to be cool if we can get it done.
I'm
And
very
then,
curious to see what,
Yeah, and then we'll see. But,
beside
I
the
think
boosts,
monthly roughly.
the
is what
boost
we're gonna have
weeks
events.
and
Yeah,
the
obviously
free
some of these, like there's different events and
skins
different
are
events.
gonna talk
So the
about.
boost events will be on a more regular basis, and then the community challenges, less regular but still fairly regular, and then you'll have the more elaborate events that will be also on a regular basis cadence, but
Yes.
not every weekend or week. But
Right.
More
And
months.
at the same time, we've been also trying to work on making sure that the visibility on those events is
Yes.
better in game, right? For the last time, we had the notifications, which were kind of coming on screen every single time you zoom in between the maps. It's not supposed to be happening anymore, right? For the next one,
Should be fixed in the next one. Yeah.
should be fixed. Fingers crossed. So that's gonna be really cool. But there is a lot of plans of making sure that everyone is informed whenever something is happening, and that we can run different types of the boost weekends, focusing on different things, not only the same stuff over and over again, right?
And for the future beyond console launch, we'll keep evolving the events and how we notify people and the information people can gather in the game about the events. So.
Just keep the feedback coming so we can improve.
Precisely, that's your cue. Let us know what you would like. And just to make everything crystal clear, obviously all of the rewards are for all the players globally. So regardless where you play, official servers, private, self-hosted, you will be getting those rewards for yourself. And obviously the boosts, they do work on official servers and private servers. On self-hosted, I mean, you guys can control everything yourself on that. So you are master of your own Arrakis. But it has been 1 year on the dot on Arrakis, and it's quite hard because it feels like not so long ago, we've been sitting in a war room in the other kind of meeting room, glued to our dashboards, monitoring all of the chatter from the players, looking at all of the content being live streamed, created on YouTube, basically experiencing Dune Awakening through eyes of many, many people
For the first time.
for the first time.
For the first
right?
I was kicked out though. I wasn't allowed to be in the.
Yeah,
They don't let the creative people in the war room because we can mess things up.
you've done your job.
Get the hell
now,
out.
now production and live ops and live teams and CS needs to take over and make sure, and community, and make sure that the game runs well. Yeah, war room is a unique experience, I would say, pretty intense. It's what we call, it was basically we had a call going 24/7. There's always people there. People are on call, working on shifts, making sure that we have coverage, looking at the servers, what the performance is. Some of the Grafana dashboards, which is how we track things, were quite complicated and had a lot of data so that we could track performance on servers, player counts, and all of that stuff. It was a once in a lifetime experience, and it was a really cool bonding experience as well for the team, because you're working super closely and you're dealing with problems and fires and issues all the time. Most of these players don't see, hopefully. That's the goal, right? But we try and stay ahead of them, so that's a really cool experience. I can share tons of stories.
Spill the tea, Ole Andreas. It's been a year. I mean, let's share something with the guys. Anything that really stuck out with you from that period?
I mean, it was an intense launch. A lot of servers that we had to open and keep running. I remember waking up at 2 a.m. I was on call, and I got a phone call from some of the people who are monitoring things, saying, "Hey, we need more server capacity." So I was waking up at 2 a.m. a bit groggy, looking at the data, trying to figure out, okay, we need a couple of more worlds in NA, and then one more in EU and one in Oceania, and I'm just there turning on servers that we've already prepped. It's kind of intense, and it feels surreal now to think back of.
Yeah, it's like a spice dream at this point.
I probably hallucinated a ton.
It's it's very intense, but it's also kind of cool because it's like you're in the trenches with people that you trust and that you worked with, and you kind of are like, okay, we got to make rapid decisions here because they can cause, big rippling consequences for the player base and things like that. So it's cool, but it's also, as you said, it's like a bonding experience because you kind of, everyone has each other's backs and we're trying to get through stuff. And launch is always like on a multiplayer game, a launch like that is just always, it's painful.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like exciting as well. It's like there's a buzz and you don't want to sleep and you just kind of, let's go.
It's long days. But I mean, it's like a huge orchestra that you're trying to organize together, right? And it's, months of planning, and then suddenly it happens. Yeah. And then it's also at the same time the joy of watching players play.
Yes.
Like finally we could see live streams of people, even streamers that we really enjoy, love seeing. And on a regular basis, they start playing the game, and we're like, "Oh no, that bug! Oh fuck!"
Yeah.
Or, "Oh, that's awesome!
Didn't
they
we
love
fix
that
that
thing. They found that. That's like an Easter egg that we put in, and they're like, "Oh, they love that." So, it's all the emotions at once.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys said it best. It's a very unique and intense experience, right?
Yeah.
And every launch of any game, it's vastly different. Happy anniversary, Mallory, 1983. Thank you very much. Okay, so hold on. Let me consult with my notes here. But it's not only about our experiences, right? Players have also been busy. I did try to collect some of the player stats that we can look over.
Cool.
By putting together a very, very basic slides.
128,390 players died in sandstorms.
But there you go. Looking at this, 128,000 players died in sandstorms. I think relatively modest number.
That's a lot of people dying in a sandstorm. They died in
I think
sandstorms?
you could have done better than
How
that.
the fuck did they
This is more
die?
like my
This
statistic.
is better.
Yeah.
I'm a bit like
1 million.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
And
quite
something.
happy with that. The sad part
almost
is
2
that
million.
16,000 of those were Flaming Mojo, from what I understand.
Probably true.
I would not be surprised. Definitely a large number of ornithopters and sound crawlers.
Yeah, Shailut
with-
has gotten his food.
Yeah. I hope he's not gonna get any digestion problems out of this.
I don't think so.
Since we moved to the new server of Retrato, I didn't die from Psycholut.
It's a big
Not even
space. To put
once.
it into perspective, it is almost twice the size of Rhode Island, or for our European colleagues, it's almost 5 times the size of Greater London. So you guys have built quite a bit of an empire at this point if we would try to really map it out in the real world. not to
Fuck me, man.
mention
Who built
the
so
number of
much?
building pieces that has been used so far.
Impressive.
Bosses killed, Landstone missions completed. Obviously, those are the numbers after the chapter 3. Nothing pre-chapter 3 has been here. So also looks like quite popular activity.
Oh wow.
And this is only the blood that has been extracted by playing. This doesn't account for dead seals. So
This is
the
just like-
overall number would be.
We should ask
much,
for our
much
friends
higher.
at V Rising to send us over their stats on this
I
and
was gonna
do a
say,
bit of a
yeah.
comparison. Be interesting.
For Verizon.
And this is all the salaries that has been paid in taxes.
When they had taxes.
which-
Taxes.
Unless you've been living under a rock, obviously taxes are no longer the thing. But you know, Emperor thanks you.
Emperor got his cut.
You got
Yeah,
this,
because you used to have to pay
quite a bit
taxes.
of spice consumed,
And they didn't like that,
We wonder
players, and
whether
they,
there's a
you know,
drug problem
they removed that.
or not.
Oh, it's going to get worse. Don't worry. I have
Should get the
I have
numbers.
big
From,
plans around drugs. Don't worry.
Okay, all right.
should get the numbers from Schedule 1 developers.
Schedule 1, yeah. How much
Gonna
spice?
reach out to all of the different games, like, hey, how are things looking on your side? You know?
Comparative stats, yeah. Nice.
Okay, and this one again, as I said, I put beautiful slides together. Ignacy, maybe we can put this one on full screen. Well, thank you very much. So here we have the numbers of bases that have been reconstructed and the characters that have been transferred since we've added those features most recently.
Shout out to that feature, and I mean Thiago's done an amazing work on that feature. The base reconstruction tool it works super well. I'm so happy with that feature.
Complex. But
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a couple of quirks with it. Obviously, you had some players who ran into very edge cases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think right now, most, if not all of them, should have been resolved, right? So all in all, yeah, considering
Did
how
they change
technically complex all of
the
this
woman?
is,
with
it's
him?
been working.
Because he's doing the interviews, you know,
Yeah, maybe she could
Yeah,
do it
it's-
this time.
Like your entire
we're gonna
base,
have a serious problem if they
as it
removed
was
her
when
and
you
they put
backed it
him.
up, put back in. Construction.
I mean,
like
It was,
queues and
no,
everything
she was
is
better
there
in
at the
her,
same
in her
stage.
job, Helena.
That's
That-
really good.
That's the point of view
I
I'm
mean, it was-
talking about.
It was quite a
Nothing
difficult
else.
and complex
You
challenge to
wanna sleep in the
solve,
oven.
right? Like a part of what we were doing with the game was because it was early, it was persistent. We didn't want to do the Fallout 76 thing where your base goes away when you log out. We wanted to
She
do
was
it again
better
and
at
make
her
sure that you
job.
always had neighbors.
More
And, like,
professional.
Villar and I talked about this pre-launch, and we wanted to make sure that people felt like they were part of a community online. So we wanted to make sure people had that. But then, of course, like people losing stuff is
Yeah.
really good. So it's like
Actually, if I go to the balcony
Systematically,
during,
we've been
you know,
going
during
through-
noon,
I think
Helena, it's gonna be
something
like a
like
fucking oven there.
I'm proud of from the development side is that like we've been going through systematically and like looking at the top complaints from players about things in the game like loss of vehicles, loss of items, loss of bases, blah blah blah, right? Like not being able to log out and leave the game, etc. And we've just been fixing everything one by one as we go. Like this is fixed. This is no longer a problem. Taxes are gone. You know, like and I think that's like been our approach is to like try to make it as easy as possible to play Dune Awakening and not feel bad about playing Dune Awakening, but enjoy Dune Awakening, right? That's been kind of the
That's
key.
really the thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We want people to have fun with it.
Yeah.
Deal with some of the grind of the survival games,
Yeah.
right? But
Well, I mean, it's still a survival game, and I mean that's always been its heart, right?
Yeah,
So yeah,
absolutely.
for sure. So
I feel Dune Awakening has never been better than what it is today.
Yeah.
It's
And-
really good.
soon to be even better.
yeah,
Exactly.
I mean,
So
Come September, everybody will be able to enjoy the absolute best version yet of Dune Awakening, right? We had this announcement a little over a week ago. Character-centric experience, console release. We have the single-player mode. We have the conclusion of Book 1 story. So kind of everything will be available from start to finish for players across all platforms, not only the console, of course. But console players will definitely benefit from everything that the team has been working on and developing for the past year. So if we skip over to the next slide, we have a bunch of DLCs that have been added. PvP mode is completely optional now across the board. Bigger end game, better systems. The private servers as well obviously is the case, and some of those mechanics that we have discussed right now. I think on the other slide, we also have a good overview of some of those noteworthy improvements and features that we kind of put into the game based on what you were saying, Joel. Responding to feedback, seeing what really is grinding your gears, how we can improve it, how we can make kind of the experience around Dune Awakening better for everyone involved. Right, but yeah, speaking about console, maybe we could play some.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Okay.
No, they're gonna play
I forgot I was
console.
charging the controller here. So
I'm gonna
grab
play.
that, Joel. If you can do us the honors.
yes, I'll enjoy this. I've been I got my hands on like the beta at home, so I've been playing at home quite a lot. So I'm just gonna start now.
Yeah, if you can show the screen there, Ignacy.
Ignacy, this is great. So
Let's see how
that I think
Dune
people who've been
looks
playing
in
this
PS5.
on PC for a long time might notice is that there's a massive advantage
Because the controller
playing on console.
he's holding
and
is
that
a PS5 controller.
Basically, there is no shader compilation because we can just include the shader compilation cache, the PSO cache with the console. We know exactly what the hardware does, so we don't have any shader compilation. So it just goes straight into the game.
The beauty of not having to deal with like a million different
And
GPUs.
that's just how it is with Unreal 5 and lots of PCs and stuff. And we're trying to smooth that out on PC as well. All right, so I'll skip the cutscene.
I think that's worth mentioning. Like one of the things that we're focusing a lot on now is performance, right, as part of console, and you'll see a massive improvement on that in PC as well. But yeah.
Yep. So you can sort of see a little bit here our new interface for characters. I'll take a new. Or actually, I can just go to the character carousel.
Yeah, you should.
Just show.
And to note, you can also use your D-pad, of course.
Yes. Sorry, I was using it, and then can create a new character here.
So how many characters can I have total? Is there a limit?
No, I think you'll see 3 in the carousel at a time.
Limit of 10, I believe.
And there's a limit of 10 in addition to the single player.
I have to double check, but yeah.
Okay.
Right.
You can have 1 single player character at a time
Okay.
when we launch a single player. Just because there's like the database is quite heavy because it's saving your character but also your world, right?
Like the character I made for you?
Toe shoes McBob. I like it, except I'm not wearing toe shoes today. It's so sad. So sad. I like it. Should I play this character?
No, you can't make a new one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think let's go into single player.
This was more to show that how the view is.
So in now you have this option in the new game. You choose between a single player, multiplayer. Single player characters can't be transferred to multiplayer. So it's very important to note that. You
Can I
confirm the
transfer my multiplayer character into a single player?
No.
No, not right now.
The reason behind that is kind of technical, but they are running different database structures.
So they
the
made
online
that
one and the
because
multiplayer
of the
one is Postgres.
console,
The single player one is SQLite. This is how we can run a database on.
Right, the
a
single
local
player
device.
mode.
So for now it's too much of a technical challenge.
Right. So once single player comes out, we are gonna have to create new characters too.
For single player, yeah.
Yes. Excellent.
Yep.
All right.
And then obviously you select difficult. These are like guidelines from us, really. Survival is the closest to the online multiplayer experience, but it still has some tweaks to make single player work a little better because we know that you won't be playing with groups, so that we know that the end game is slightly different, right, in single player. And then you can, of course, instead choose to go custom difficulty. And here you can see some of the custom settings. We're in the middle of implementing a lot of these. So
And this is an older build as well.
This is an older build,
not
right?
final.
So like crafting costs, but under the crafting tab, you'll actually see a bunch more stuff. What do
There'll
you-
be harvesting efficiency, crafting speed, water extraction speed, loot respawn speed, building cost, resource respawn speed. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot more options coming that are going to show up here when this is actually...
It will be nice
I can go through them. It's,
Yeah,
if we can have a
Play
key
damage, this
and
is the-
play
this is the combat
when the
tab.
game's gonna be
Play
out in
damage,
PS5
damage,
because we
damage,
have
items,
PS5
durability. Oh, I'm sure
and
that's gonna
play
make
and
people
try
happy.
The
see
red
how the
bar,
single
the red
mod
bar
will
will
work.
work.
For some people, if they don't want it.
we'll also have incoming damage.
If we have a
which,
key for the
we'll
for the
have,
console, we're gonna stream and try how the single
player
mod works.
stamina drain, item max durability loss, and then we'll have global experience and then also individual experience sliders from different types of experience.
Imagine me playing
that's it on this
Dune
slide.
with a fucking control.
And then custom settings, this is for what you drop on deck.
It's gonna be
Right
terrifying.
now you have a choice of everything, backpack only, or nothing. And it does say in red here, setting does not apply when killed by a sandworm.
Yeah.
Oh, I went out again. Sorry, that's me.
Imagine me flying the
But we
ornithopter
will
with a
add one
control.
setting for that. I really
We're
it
gonna
hurts
get
my
single
soul
player
to
as well in
allow
the
people to
PC.
not lose everything to a sandworm, but sometimes my soul just has to be hurt.
So the single player is gonna be released for us as well, for the PC
An
players.
actual,
It's not gonna be just for the consoles.
Game developers.
And then
yeah, we'll
some
have
of these
to-
are quite interesting, especially for people who love building in our game.
Yeah.
Being able to disable the area building restrictions means that you'll be able to build in lots of places where you can't build on the multiplayer or live areas. These settings, by the way, should be available on all custom servers as well.
Yep.
Right,
So they
so all
aren't
the
just. This isn't
self-hosted-
just single player. It's just we're showing you
Okay.
it through single player. So self-hosted people have options like this. So disabling area building means you can build basically wherever you want. There's a couple of points here that are important. They're in red. If you decide to build inside caves, you can't assume that you'll get shelter from that because that's not how the game works, and it doesn't take into account that you'll get shelter just because you have a cave above your head. And if you build in locations where you block quest givers and things like that, then of course there'll be unexpected consequences for the game.
So there can be some quirks happening. if-
Are you sure about that,
We wanted
Stitches?
to
Is
give
that
people maximum
you know
freedom.
legit
Maximum freedom
that
to build,
we're
maximum
gonna
freedom to
have
play the
a
game
single
and
player
people
as
do it how
well,
they want, but
or just the
you know,
console players?
sometimes
God bless
authored
you.
content can get destroyed by that, so that's just how it works.
Another one that's not there right now, but building stability will also have a toggle. Oh, it's there, right?
It's there.
Actually, yeah.
PC2, okay.
I'll have base decay as well as a
So then we don't need the PS5
So
key.
yeah,
We're
you
gonna
have
try
a
it.
fair few options
and
and
stream
a
it to see
lot
how
more
it works in
coming
PC
to this
then.
menu.
Are we gonna have anything to control sandworms,
Yeah, you
damage
can-
from hazards?
You can disable sandworms and sandstorms
Okay.
on and off. That's options that are going to be there.
Cool.
And obviously, if there's more options down the line that people are asking for, we'll consider them as well. But yeah, that's it's going to be a lot of options there.
And so this is running. We're running on a PlayStation 5 dev kit.
Test kit. but
Test
yeah.
kit.
Test kit, yeah.
Sorry. But basically, this is the game running on PS5. It's. I think I've been playing at home, and I'm actually fairly impressed at how smooth everything's running. It's been really good.
Yeah.
We're running in quality mode, which is running at 60 FPS or
The quality mode is running at 30 FPS, and then you have performance mode running at 60 FPS.
okay. But there was some discussion about are we keeping it that way? Or
I
is there-
believe for now.
Yeah,
Okay.
for the end game, right?
So, but
So to make you
Some of
feel
these,
like you are
the
competing with
systems
someone,
are
right? Otherwise, there's no point of
are done
doing it.
sorting and all that stuff. Okay.
I'll take
So
my,
to give you the
my
impression
normal
that you are competing with other people or something,
Give her
right?
My normal name.
To
So
push
when
you
we're
to
talking
keep on
about
playing.
single player, is it online single player?
Yeah, it
or
makes sense.
offline Single player.
So you need to authenticate when you log in, but then once you've done that, so logging in authenticates your character
Right.
list, right? Which is
I
stored
can
on
fix
the
here.
Funcom Live services.
Are you
So
sure about
the
it?
character lists and things are gotten from there. Once that's done, you can disconnect and you can play offline if you want to.
And this is also like all the information around which DLCs you own and all of that stuff
Yes,
is a
that's
part
all
of
stored
that
there.
logging
Right.
information. So, it's
all
important.
the entitlement will be
Yeah, exactly.
properly loaded. I
But
see.
once you're in the game, that shouldn't be the case. Then you can go offline if you want to.
Okay.
I can fix my favorite character.
Yeah.
I have another character I call Morgan Freeman. But
So one of the other comments I've also seen online and a discussion among the players was, how are we going about adjusting some of those multiplayer features
Then necessary.
into the single player reality, right? We have the exchange, we have social hub, we have deep desert, we have a launch trad. Are you guys able to tell us anything? How are we approaching this?
Sure. It's not the deep desert so much as the Coriolis storm, I think, that is the actual interesting part for the change there. The deep desert will have a single layout that we're going to keep. The Coriolis storm will be reduced so that it doesn't wipe everything for players. The Landsrad will change to be like driven in the back end by like a simulation of a competition for the player. So it will basically create like enemy guilds that are basically making progress in the Landsrad for you to compete against.
It just said what you
was
said.
the last one we were talking about?
The exchange.
Exchange has now been replaced with just a series of like off-world vendors.
Right.
Because the exchange doesn't really serve any purpose in single player. So I'm going to skip some cinematics here. I hope no one's too offended.
I think
mean,
we'll be
just
okay.
You're
jumping.
the one who's the saddest, I guess.
I've seen them a million times now. It's fine.
But then for
I'm more excited about the new cinematics coming in.
Oh, they're gonna be great.
There's some cool stuff coming.
But then for the launch trad, will single player players need to create a guild, or will they be able to engage with it right from the get-go?
No, guilds have been removed from single player.
Right.
So players will be able to, once they've done the appropriate faction leveling, because you do have to join a faction and get to a certain tier there. Once you've done that, you'll be able to jump straight into the Landsrad and start participating in the Landsrad. So that's all coming in and going to be there for players in single player, yeah. And then of course some of these options will go to self-hosted as well, and then we'll see. Yeah, there's a lot about the Deep Desert, for example, that we're discussing internally about how we want to, should the PvP and PvE versions remain the same? Should we be doing more in different areas to make them work differently? I'm not going to bother to follow this journey. I'm just going to go kill people. It's the fun part. Another cool thing with the controller, it's not actually implemented in the build we're playing, but I've been like gung-ho about getting good haptics on this so that people can really feel like, especially on the PlayStation 5, you have the haptic triggers, or what they have a specific name for it.
Adaptive triggers.
Adaptive triggers, that's it.
I think I'm gonna be very.
Designers on like making sure that this is a. Really
I mean, it's
cool
gonna be very
experience,
difficult for me
if you think about vibration
to play the game with a controller,
on the sand and things like that. Players
especially
really get that feeling
after
through
all
their hands
these
as they're playing.
hours
So
I
that's
have
another cool
spent
thing
playing
about
it
on
with a keyboard and
console.
mouse.
Anyway, back to the.
And
back
for
to dev
adaptive
stuff.
triggers, when you do like blocks and attacks with your
Yes.
melee, that should feel like you have some
Yes.
resistance.
Yeah, the
on
slow
PlayStation.
blading someone through a shield.
It's gonna be impossible to play, man, with a gamepad.
Things like that. So there's a lot of cool stuff we're doing that are like.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nightmare.
Components
Exactly,
that come with the
Harun.
console experience that are part of it. And yes, we're trying to make it work on PC if you play with a controller on PC as well. Not all of the things are as straightforward on PC,
It's gonna be very hard.
but we're trying.
I mean, the only times that I'm using gamepad is when I'm playing Souls-like
Enjoy
games
watching the tutorial.
and some other games, some action like God of War
That's
and those kind of games.
something we would want people to do more.
Absolutely.
Boom.
Rarura, I can only imagine, man. Also, you cannot lock here the characters, right? So with the gamepad, I'm gonna be all over the place, man.
Seen this being asked quite a bit online for console players
So
specifically.
yeah, it's like the other way around. I cannot play a Souls-like game with a
So in co-op,
mouse and
you
a
need
keyboard.
to play in multiplayer. You need to choose multiplayer and join a multiplayer game, and that's where you can meet up and play with friends. Yeah. The solo version of the game is really single player. It is just you running a local version of the game.
So basically, going into one of the official servers and
or
starting your journey there.
Join an
or-
official server, meet your friends there, tell them which one you're going to be on. Yep.
I think one thing that is cool.
I mean, graphically
is the settings
speaking,
that you were
it
setting
looks
up
very
while you're
nice,
Starting the game.
right?
You can actually go in and
For the
change that at
PS5.
any point in time while playing single player.
It looks
that's a
nice.
good point.
So you can actually now just press the system menu
Hold on. I have to remember which buttons it is.
and then go to server settings, which is not
On
going
the
to be
left,
called
yes.
server
Yeah.
settings. It's going to be called difficulty settings. But yeah, you can have
Okay,
them
so
here
I
as
can
well.
change all these on the fly.
Anytime,
Nice.
if you have an experience that you found this was too difficult or too easy, you can just go in and tweak to your liking.
Ah, you
Frustrated in
can
the middle of the
cheat.
game.
Yep.
It's nice. It feels like cheating, but it's okay. I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you. I
Δεν
don't
το
know
έκανα
if
αυτό τώρα. Αυτό ήταν παλιά.
I don't know if your own
Δεν είναι
body
τώρα
will.
αυτό.
I don't know if you'll
Δεν είναι τώρα
feel
αυτό.
good
Το
about
ξαναφέρει.
yourself afterwards when you cheat your player damage up to beat a boss. But, you know, if these don't explode now, I'll be upset.
We
I'm not
leave it
kidding.
in the
It's not
hands
for
of the
now.
players, right? That's
I,
part
that,
of it.
I've done this.
dodged.
The other time that
Yeah,
I
dodged.
removed the
What
clock,
the
it was
hell?
like this again.
All right. Yeah, skill issue for sure. Come here, buddy.
Okay, this is nothing I can do.
Yeah, the one shot. So the one, I mean, now we're playing melee, but one thing that we're doing for ranged as well, of course, is that we're adding better aim assist or aim assist in general
Yes.
to the game. So if you want to, you can turn it off, of course, but you'll have the option to have aim assist, which I
More
do
aim
know is
assist on-
important
yeah.
for quite a lot of console players.
Yeah, and accessibility as well. So,
Yeah.
these things are important for players. And by the way, I was talking about adaptive triggers and things. Those are all things that you'll be able to turn off as well. So you'll have the option to turn them off.
Absolutely.
Also important for accessibility. Cool.
So I guess that's a common theme across the entire thing is that we're giving players more options to choose how they want to play the game.
Yeah, I think that's been something that I'm a champion of since Conan Exiles, really. Like every time someone asks me, should we do this or this? My response is always, make it an option. As best we can.
Yeah.
Because like in these type of games, people really want to customize their experience, and giving them that option is, I feel like, the best way.
So we know this is going to be releasing on September 22nd, but will players be able to firstly test the console at any time earlier? Are we?
Yes. So we will have a couple of closed beta weekends. That'll be we'll send out some possibilities for people to sign up, and then we'll choose a few people that will have to sign an NDA and be a part of the testing group. So we will be running a few of those, similar to what we did for PC back in the days, just to get some initial feedback from our players and see how things work. Also stress testing some of our systems, making sure we're ready for launch. So that's coming. Right now, tentatively end of June, late June.
Yeah,
But yeah.
that's perfect. So if anyone out there is interested in potentially joining the closed beta for the console of Dune Awakening, definitely keep an eye on our channels. Whenever we have all the information squared away, we will be asking people to register, tell us their interest, and then start inviting them to test the game. But testing the console is one thing. We obviously have all the things new coming in the patch. Will the kind of console patch be also available on PTC at any point?
Yes, we are.
Oh, yeah,
going
PTC
to
is
go
gonna be
quite
out.
early.
It's gonna
to
be
the
released.
PTC public test client with this build that we're planning to ship with console. So also towards the end of June is the tentative date for putting this current version that we're working on in PTC.
Yes. Basically everything you're seeing here, except for the actual PlayStation 5 part, should be coming to PTC very soon. Maybe an even better version of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah,
a lot of
since right now I think we're having the game running on the 1.5 build, which is our third build.
yes.
But we're also working on day one patch 151 that will have some of the additional changes, improvements, and quality of life updates, which some of them will actually go over later.
Someone is attacking you, man. Someone is attacking you.
That's right.
Someone is attacking you.
You have the markers.
Oh shit. Wasn't paying any attention.
Quickly, switch the screen, switch the
I just
No.
I just told you, someone is
Let
attacking
me
you.
man up and handle this properly with the heavy attack at 10x damage. I think I'll be okay. That's funny. Thanks, Ignacy. It's a good thing you've got my back. Otherwise, I'd have looked like a moron.
Yeah,
on stage.
Rarun, I've never tried this, man. I mean, I didn't have to, right?
Never mind.
I didn't say anything.
Never happened before. Cool.
Yeah, but there you have it.
Maybe I will try it in the tablet that you send me to see how it goes.
You saw it here first.
That's it. There will be more opportunities for you to lay your hands on it. So definitely keep an eye on our channels for more information. Right now, let's maybe cut into a little break. We're gonna swap Ule Andreas for Alex, our expert designer, to talk a little bit more about some of the quality of life and changes coming in 1.4.10 and 1.5.1. So don't go anywhere.
Let's see.
We'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Peace.
Okay. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go and visit the bathroom. Let's see what they're gonna tell about what's coming. They said quality of life fixes, right? What, Hela? Make time. Let's see. Let's see. What new stuff are coming? Except the single player. The console released. They're not ready.
Hello, welcome back.
I'm Alex.
Everyone. Yes.
They're same people. They didn't
The
change.
Transformation. Okay. A little bit of miscommunication. Don't worry about it. Alex is safe and sound. There's nothing wrong. Nothing happened. But he will not join us today, unfortunately. So we'll stick with Oleandro.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
Do what we can, right?
I mean, they went to call him and he was like, "Oh, get the fuck out of here. Let me be."
I'll do my best British accent.
Alex, yeah.
Well, I think we were all caught off guard, you know, because we were talking about the live stream all day. It's like, okay, let's get everything squared away. We did the rehearsals.
I think we got to tell the audience. So Alex thought it was tomorrow, so he left. He went home, and we just went to get him, and we're like, "Dude, you're on the live stream." And we called him, and he's
He
like,
fucking left.
"Oh, yeah, no, like, okay, I'm at home. Okay, well, cool, man. I guess we'll do it. That's fine."
He fucking
We
left,
got
man.
this.
Alex, yeah, that's brilliant. Actually, it's kind of
I
funny.
said it's gonna be
He was
all
like,
back
"Go have
today,
fuck." Oh, it's for
so
today?
we're up to the promise.
Sorry,
Obviously,
I
for
left.
the past few minutes, you can also see the progress that
Fuck
Caroline
my
is
life, man.
making with the tattoos. So that's coming along nicely.
I mean, I imagine. Where are you?
Obviously,
I'm at home. Why?
we have the
We are having the stream about the the anniversary. Oh, it's today?
The single player mode, both technically challenging features,
Fuck,
you know,
man.
very complex. But that's not the only thing that we're doing, right? Alongside, we have a slew of quality of life changes, improvements, that work never
Fuck
stops.
my life, man.
No,
Because-
and combat in particular, right? Like there's a lot of focus. So when we knew we were launching on console and we had a date and things, I've been having the team go through the game and like identify pain points, identify problems, like identify issues. I've been playing myself. There's a lot of times where I've been like cursing and swearing loudly and stomping down the corridor and being like, God damn, I hate this about our game. And then I have a conversation with Alex and the team and we figure out how we're going to mitigate this issue or solve it. So we can talk about some of those things that we're doing. 1.51, I think, is going to be like quite a shift in some of the areas of the game that will make it smoother, a better experience and a better playing experience for people.
And when we say 1.5.1, we mean the version that ships with console.
Yes.
That's right. Day one
Yeah,
patch,
day
right?
zero or day zero patch, day one patch.
It depends who you're talking to, but yeah.
It's going to be there on September 22nd.
Yes, exactly.
That's all you
Yes.
guys need to know.
And yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And on Test Live, I think, or
Yeah, it'll be on
PTC
PTC.
soon.
So that will be the version people will be testing on the public
Yep.
plan, right?
And we'll be getting a lot of feedback on it as early as we can. So yeah.
But we also had another patch coming out on the public test client earlier today.
Yes.
It's 1.4.10. It also have
Earlier
a few
today.
interesting changes that we should maybe take a look and just quickly skip.
Did he say earlier today?
Some of the highlights. 5 new launch missions for Haga Basin and Smuggler Run. So I'm personally very glad to see that we
Okay.
continue adding new missions.
Yep.
Rarun, you should be
I
very
think
excited.
This is the
New
feedback
Lance
that we've
missions.
seen a lot. People
Woohoo!
want to have
And stitches.
more missions. People want to have more variety as
Huh?
well.
Yeah.
Since there is a lot of combat, obviously.
Yeah,
in some of
I think
those.
the Landsrad mission, like, you know, I talked about it with Chapter 3, right? Like, this was the beginning. It's the beginning of what we're doing here, right? And we're going to end up with, you know, if we end up with 500 Landsrad missions over the next few years, then people won't be seeing the same missions very often, right? And things will come up, and it'll give people a lot more variety in the way that they play. The idea is, as we lean into the specializations, we also can adjust our missions towards more playstyles. John Wixon and the content
If they're gonna
team
give
are
like
working on
500
more
different Landsrad
interesting
missions,
ways to
I
build
mean, if
missions in
that's
the
their
game, which I think
goal,
is going to be exciting stuff
yeah,
that
okay,
people will start
you're not
to
gonna
see come to fruition
repeating
in
the same
in this
ones over and over
period
again,
the next
right?
year. Definitely, you'll see the first hints of that on the polar caps, which I guess we can mention at some point.
Yeah.
These 5 missions were made by one of our designers called Amar. He was setting this up to try and exploit a little bit. Oh, someone's just gone straight to the polar caps. That's fine. Yeah, so polar caps is cool. We'll talk about it's cool, pun intended. Yeah, but like this is going to be a
exactly.
survival experience for
But
players.
they said that their goal is like to
There's
have
a
like 500.
storyline that's sort of a standalone
different
storyline
Landsrad
of Polar
missions.
Cap. It's not in the main story. It's like a side story that you go to the Polar Cap and experience.
New
and
map,
we'll talk about a lot of
new
this
area.
stuff, I think. But
Because
the content team
I can
now,
see
they're working at how
eyes.
looking at how to make missions more interesting, make sure that the mechanics of the missions are interesting. There's a real dynamic that I think is kind of it's a very interesting tension between people who are just like, I just want my specialization XP and then I want to fuck off. And other people who are like, can't you make the missions more interesting? And it's like some people are there for the speed, some people are there for the experience.
I'm definitely there for the experience.
Yeah.
So these missions that Amar has
these
been
are
working
cool.
on are really cool. Like
I love Convergence. I think that might be
top, like hands down the one I love the most.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Like the fact that you see a huge visual impact.
What
on
was
the
this
world
area
as you
with
do
the
it.
ice
It's
mountains?
really cool.
Really cool.
How's it?
Really cool. So these are exciting and they're coming in and
I thought
I'm
you were
excited for
watching
people
the
to play
other
them and give feedback. But I mean, this is our goal, right? Like keep adding these things to the game,
Okay.
keep giving people more activities. And then on our end, like from a higher and a longer term systemic level, trying to find ways to make more and more systemic and interesting ways to play the game.
And obviously, we mentioned Polar Cap. as we keep adding content as well, these will fit into the
Oh,
new
absolutely.
content.
There'll be new Landsrad
Which is-
missions that,
Is it
that
okay?
take into account the polar cap.
Yes.
Even though the polar cap itself is its own closed loop
Mm-hmm.
about the game, right? Which I think is also going to be, well, super interesting. It's finally like a big.
So
You know,
new
I've
5
talked
Landsrad
about
missions,
it before,
okay.
right? That, or maybe just in an interview or two, but like I've talked about how the progression loop through gear and crafting and
probably a new
and
area because I saw
survival,
ice.
community
There's
building,
no
survival
ice anywhere.
challenges is a part of the experience we haven't really had that much chance to test, and the polar cap will be one of the things that puts that really
Polar
into
Cup,
perspective.
that's the new area
Yeah,
probably.
absolutely.
So I'm excited. What can I say? So that's the first thing we did today.
Cool. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, the performance work has been a massive undertaking.
So this is part of the things that you've mentioned that were added to the consoles already, right?
Yes, yes. So this, like, we did this obviously as part of optimizing the console. We have targets we need to meet, but at the same time, we're looking at what are the main issues on live right now, looking at the telemetry, seeing what the performance data is telling us, and then we can pull some of those changes that we find are okay risk-wise, like they've been through enough testing so that we can put them out there, and we can already go live with them to the PC version, which is amazing.
Okay.
So the performance optimizations done in 1.4.10 is significant.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, right? Like it isn't just like I think performance.
Also, by the
optimization,
way, I
some
went
people think it's just a
yesterday
render
and
coder
reviewed all the
or back-end
the other
coding, making
bases.
optimizations. But no, our level designers need
except
to go in
yours,
and work on
Rarun,
assets.
in the mountains.
Our environment artists are going in and like making assets more performant.
And
making sure the composition of scenes, the way
I
that
put,
things
you know,
stream
I
in
added
is-
some
is
fuels in
better. It's
the
actually
headquarters.
a
Now
lot
we
of
have
hands-on
30
deck
days or
making
something.
Sure these things work well, and then you have like consoles. You know, at this point, I think the generation of consoles is maybe 5 years old.
Yeah, 6, 5.
Yeah, 5 or 6 years old. So
Do
we're
I
like-
have access to
like
yours?
The Xbox
The base in the
Series
mountain?
S, for example, is
Because if I have, I can go there. I can do it.
And that the game runs pretty decently, I think, at the moment. And
Super happy about how well it runs.
it's kind of
on Series
crazy,
S
like
right
how good the optimization team has done.
I mean, if I
And know
have
there's a lot
if I
of-
have
see a lot of,
access,
like,
right, I can go, right?
online around Unreal 5 and stuff, but I like it does come down to the dev team taking the time to optimize and actually make things work
Okay.
well. And we've been pretty, I think, solid about this. I think Dune Awakening ran pretty well at launch and has continued to be optimized since then to be
Yeah.
even more performant.
And we know that there still are issues,
Yeah,
right? And
but-
we'll keep working on them. I think console launch, the one that we're shipping there, is going to be a very solid
Very good version.
experience for performance.
Yep.
So with this patch in particular and those changes, what do we hope people will see a difference
Okay.
in their gameplay in Haga Basin? Is it going to be less stutter or what?
Less stutters. There was a massive optimization on building streaming and how it loads in.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's
Smoother
should be,
frame rates across the board, right? Like more level frame rates instead of big frame drops.
Yep.
People should be. Yep. Yeah.
Cool, excellent. Well, we definitely gonna need to test that, but please share your feedback with us. Some other changes, we're reducing the boss health by 20% for the four-man groups in dungeon runs. I think that always is appreciated. The comments that I see quite a lot is
the number of ads, right?
Guys, it's the number of ads
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
actually an issue. It's not really the boss. Is that something we're also looking at in the near future?
I believe so.
Yeah.
It's been controversial. Like people weren't happy that we were reducing boss health so much as they were saying it's the number of ads, it's the cost to reward ratio of running these dungeons right now in a four-man group, especially at higher challenge levels. So yeah, there's balance tweaks going on.
but it's
A lot of
it's a
discussion.
complex picture, right?
Yes.
You wanna. There's multiple variables to tweak here. So I mean,
Yes.
Alex and his team, he's not here, but they've been looking at all of these different parameters. So
Yeah.
number of ads, boss
This was
health.
an Alex topic. He would have spoken very
Yes,
confidently about what they were
yes.
doing, and I haven't been having these discussions with him exactly.
Trying to make the best out of it, but yeah, they're definitely looking into that. I've been snooping in their Jira for the past few days, so
Yeah.
I know there's some tasks that are currently in progress, and something we're kind of trying to investigate. The cargo container weight has been increased. This is primarily an anti-griefing
Yep.
change, since we've seen people doing some unwanted behavior, pushing the cargo container with their vehicles. Now it should not be possible anymore, or at least be way more difficult for them. I think the change that will be very heavily discussed among the communities, obviously, the change that now players will be falling from vehicles once they are at a certain speed, which is basically the so-called topter surfing that has been used quite predominantly on the deep desert. It's no longer gonna be the case, right? I think right now you can still be on a vehicle to a certain speed, but then if you would try to go in a vulture mode, then
and once you hit
you're
a
just
speed
gonna
threshold,
get
you
blown
fall.
out,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is always that complicated line between fun and balance, right? Because like it's actually kind of cool that like, oh, like I lost my Thopter, can you come pick me up? Someone comes picks you up with their Thopter. They don't have an extra seat. They're flying a scout Thopter. You stand on it, you get a ride back to wherever you want to be. I saw great moments in the community with this around launch and throughout the game. But on the other hand, people standing on ornithopters with las guns, you know, using them in an unintended way to destroy other people. It's like, it's funny, but not for the people losing stuff, right? So we need.
Yeah, I saw streamers doing that.
So now it should be like, it's still possible to ferry your friend around as long as you don't go crazy with the speed. But this has kind of been put an end to now. The ability to las gun the shit out of people while
as you said,
Thopter surfing.
also with the specializations, right? Like the power creep has been much larger, so you could really destroy vehicles faster, even if we did some changes to kind of mitigate that in the past. But yeah, absolutely something for you guys to take a look at. Tell us what you think. You know, those are certain numbers that we can always tweak, but this is the general direction we're going towards. Again, an immediate follow-up question I expect people to have is, are we going to be looking at anything else regarding aerial combat or dogfights for balancing?
I mean, we'll look at it as a balance format right now. It's not the focus for me of like even for PvP in the future, right? Like I think the nature of the vehicles is not such that they should. We're not trying to make a dogfighting game. I think our game plays best in combat when it's on the ground between parties, right? So I think our future goals, I sort of mentioned this on one of the other live streams, will be things like no fly zones in the deep desert, so people are forced to the ground to do combat in certain areas. So I think like that's where I would put more focus rather than trying to make dogfight. Like I think we'll just spread ourselves too thin trying to make dogfighting good. It wouldn't be it won't be the best experience in the game. I think it's far better to like focus on actual ground combat between enemies. So that's kind of how I feel about it, right?
And then some other things. We still had some edge case vehicles that people weren't able to recover. If anyone was in that situation, please check once the patch goes live. There will be some vehicles being recovered via your vehicle backup tool. So hopefully that should cover all the edge cases that we were still having out there. Some improvements to the controllers, of course, right? As we're kind of working on the console, this is automatically coming in for everyone as well to enjoy. And then the last is adjustment and changes to the visibility in Haga Basin during the Coriolis storm build-up. So, you know, those hours before the Coriolis storm hits.
It was not exactly a visibility issue.
Like, hey, sometimes
it was, you know, more blurry.
Specifically, right? We have it for the reason to kind of notify players that something big is coming. But I think the changes there right now should at least make it easier for you guys to move around and still play the game until the very last moment. Right?
Yeah, I think people will they'll understand the Coriolis storm is coming still, but this will improve your ability to play. There were people saying it was just like, I don't log in on Tuesdays because of this, right?
And that's not the intention, right? We don't want to...
Not the intention at all.
Limit people from playing.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can read the full patch notes on juneawakening.com. And obviously, as we said, the patch is available on the PTC. Go out there, test it, and do provide your feedback. Via the dedicated Discord server we have for the public test client, Vanessa is having her watchful eye on everything that's going on there. So any issues, feedback, she will be very quick to convey it back to the team. Shout out to her and the
Vanessa, we
rest of
trust.
the live team that are making
you just do
all
that?
of this happen.
Yeah.
Did you just do
I'm-
the millennial love
I'm
symbol?
sorry.
It's okay.
I'm such a
That's all right.
old dog.
We'll
An old
forgive
dog.
But yeah, then we were saying, hey, we have this day 1, day 0 patch on consoles. So let's take a look at some of the highlights. This is very high level, but I think it should help us convey generally what we're looking at.
Improved melee soft
So
lock
Nigel,
target
try
selection.
and
Sure.
They're
talk
gonna
about-
Winner,
add
Alex.
Yeah.
lock
A
the
lot of the
target
stuff that I've been screaming about,
Alex,
right?
tell us about this.
So a lot of the stuff I've been
The
screaming
controller.
about.
for the
and
controller. I mean,
the
it's gonna be
content team has-
impossible.
The combat team
Also,
has taken on board.
controller aim
obviously
assist.
soft lock target selection.
Yeah, I
there's
mean-
been improvements there, especially with the
I
controller.
hope
making sure that you are
we're not gonna
attacking
be
what you
able
think
to
you should
play
be
with
attacking.
in PvP
We've
with
added
PS5
we've
players,
improved
with
the
control
dash
players,
because we felt like even though
console
it was
players,
like-
because they're gonna
it was
have
teaching you
aim
dash,
assist.
it
We don't
wasn't
have
teaching
aim
you dash
assist.
in the context of how dash.
They're
should be
gonna
taught.
kill us.
So now people hopefully learn to understand that they can dash pretty much out of anything in the game, and that this is
We
the
don't have
preferred
aim
way of
assist
moving during combat
or any
We've
soft
updated
lock
the second
target
wing
selection.
mechanic. This is more that the second wing mechanic will start to kick in much sooner. People won't be locked.
Yeah,
into-
but on the other hand,
Basically, I
it's
have
way
this
hard.
massive
It's
problem
way
with
harder
players
to
getting into
aim,
a state where they have no inputs. Or
even
their
in
inputs
melee
are
range,
ignored because they
with a
don't have
controller,
to,
right?
It
It's
creates
hard
this
without.
feeling of frustration.
a
I'm
lock
trying to do this and I
target.
can't do it and it's killing me, right? So the second win will kick in sooner. It'll get your stamina back faster. We've fixed. There's these moments in the game where I just rage quit. I have these massive videos that I send to the combat team of me being ganged up on by like NPCs with shields, and I'm just meleeed into a corner. There's 3 dudes hitting me, and I can't dash out of that space. I can't get through it. And then I try to fly up in the air, and I get like staggered in the air because it's the same stagger animation, and then I just get killed, right? And I'm like. We need to figure out ways to make this feel good for players.
Yeah,
So
this
allowing dashing
this has happened to me many times.
characters right now means
You are
can get
locked
out of
somewhere,
those tight corners
you are
when
blocked
get
and you cannot
trapped.
leave.
This will definitely improve.
You cannot
things
fly.
in, like, dungeons.
Absolutely.
The wave problem we were discussing, like that's one of the things.
I
that
have died
happens
many
as well,
times
is
like
just
this.
get ganged up on. It'll fix things in the late game when there's a lot of rushes. We've rebalanced our parry. We've made it more generous in some ways. And changed a little bit of the way that it works. It should be very nice for people. We found, especially with controller triggers being the activators, that the parry timings were harder. And so we've made them more lenient, but I still think it'll make for better stuff. We'll talk about some of that. Like there are things like getting stamina back when you do a proper parry and things like that. There's a thing called the melee combat circle, kung fu circle for internal parlance. This is how NPCs attack you and how they decide when they're going
It's
to
gonna
attack
be
you.
easier
There's a ticketing
in
system for
consoles.
this so that you won't have people like you can right now. What can happen in the game is like I do a parry of a guy who attacks me, but because his buddy attacks
Yeah, they
at the
adjust
exact same
stuff
moment,
to make
or,
it an easier and
with a half a second delay,
more,
I don't
you know,
parry the second thing and I take damage.
satisfying
It just feels bad as a
experience for
player
the
because you
console
have
players.
No way to react. So this will create a better experience there. We're doing some rules around the central stamina bar so people understand the visibility. Range combat, massive one is the aim assist. We've been looking at that. We've been shaping it for all of the.
It says
different weapon
controller,
types.
aim assist.
Our 3C's design
This
is
is-
on top of that.
this patch is for
We've
the
refactored some of the way
consoles,
The crosshair accuracy works.
the console
and we
version of the game.
Changed some of the way ranged AI accuracy works because we did have some very
To be fair,
interesting behavior.
it's very hard
where the
to aim
became
with a controller.
100% accurate very quickly.
This is very
and
hard.
It created strange behaviors for the players
Right?
to have to
It's
deal
not
with.
so easy like
And
a
then,
gamepad.
we've been looking at
Like
how
a-
the ways that
the
abilities
keyboard and
activate
the
controllers.
mouse.
Still a few things there that we're fixing, but some things trigger differently on controllers than they do on PC, and it feels a bit off. Somewhere
Well,
or
yeah,
another,
we
so
don't
we're trying
have
to fix
any
that.
aim assist and we
then
don't
there's a
have
bunch of
any
usability bugs for
lock
things like ability. So,
at all.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going in.
When we
1.51.
melee
That's just
with,
on combat.
you know, when I'm
This is
fighting
just the
Yeah,
combat.
just-
with the
Yeah,
sword, we don't have
it's
any
not.
I guess
lock target at all.
One additional thing to mention is the soft lock targeting will have some options as well in settings for you to
Okay.
Yes.
choose So you can tune it a little bit to
Yes.
your liking.
In tune
But
the way
again,
yourself,
with a
of course.
controller is harder
And then,
than
I mean,
playing with a keyboard
I
and a
don't know if we're
mouse.
talking at all about like some of the other
For a game like
streamlined stuff we've done.
You tell me everything.
for a game like Dune.
No, but it's like the game flow as well, right? Like so
It is no, it makes sense,
to
right?
talk about we didn't have the base reconstruction tool when we launched. So when you started the game, you build a little base in Hager Basin South, and then you move north and rebuild your base using the base, the base copy tool. But now we have the reconstruction tool, so actually you're able to pick up your base through the tutorial. So we're teaching people to use the base reconstruction tool, making that flow from Hager Basin to Amelius Gap for people much smoother in the beginning of the game. We've taken a look at, like, I know that people will laugh at this because the way that the contracts worked earlier, a lot of the contracts from the first trade post were sending you past the places you need to go, or people ended up going back to the same location.
As far as it goes for the melee,
So we've been taking a good look at the
If you
contract
have
flow throughout the entire game.
any
making sure that
lock
players
in
get
the target,
a better experience.
yeah, it's
a
easier
smoother
than
experience
PC
as they
because in
play
the
game.
PC we
And
don't
there's
have
still
any
all
lock
the
at all.
frictions of survival. It's not like I think there's like this when devs say streamlined, people go dumbed down, but that's not what we're doing. We're just making it so that you don't get frustrated, because there are frustration points in the game that I think we can just ease the edges off, but we'll keep the frictions in other places, so it's fine.
And in addition, obviously, we're fixing a ton of bugs. That's also in combat.
Oh, yeah.
They're working their way through a bunch of bugs that we know have seen on live that we want to get to at some point. So that's, I mean, since launch,
That's exactly what I said, Aaron. If we're gonna have crossplay with
we'll keep
PS5 players and we are in a
Thousands of
PvP
bugs, yep.
and they're gonna have lock.
It's a never.
If we do a melee attack, if we fight melee, and they're gonna have lock, and we're not gonna have lock, and they're gonna
No,
have
AI is going to fix it all right.
with weapons aim assist, and we don't have any.
One thing that just came to mind, obviously,
I mean,
when this will
they're gonna
come out on
murder us.
PC, on
They're gonna
the
kill
release,
us.
whenever we're ready.
I mean-
we said end of June, beginning of July, or whatever. I would imagine. it's not
How are we gonna be
happen.
able to compete with
We'll
them?
Still be patching the
If they
PC,
have a target lock in melee,
regularly adding
fight,
additional content that the team
and if we're gonna have aim assist with weapons.
Also, a huge part of it is like we want to hear
Exactly.
what the players think. We want to get.
So
their
if
feedback.
there is crossplay,
when we ship it to PTC.
that's what I said. If there is
We'll,
crossplay,
make sure that we,
and they
follow it
have
on
all these
Discord. There'll be
advantages,
Discord for that community that we
you know,
are testing it,
even though
and we'll then keep
with a
iterating
keyboard and a
on
mouse, it's easier, the
have a
experience
strong,
to play
like,
Dune. Still,
strong
they have a
affinity for running
big
balls and
advantage
listening to what
against
players
us.
are saying and trying
If there's
to, like,
if there's gonna be a
incorporate
crossplay.
what people want. So
Yeah.
we'll continue with that. And yeah, I think like we will have most of this in by the time we put this on PTC, right? Like
Yeah,
this should be, because like the team is so you know, summer in Norway is always there's a vacation period as well, right, coming up, and so we're trying to make sure that everything is in place before any of that happens, and then we'll be in what we call
Yeah, because with the
stabilization mode
control,
for our patches.
if they have the
Which
weapon
means
and they
we'll be-
have aim
we'll be,
assist
like,
and they ask they look at me,
but not like
they will
adding
know
a
they
ton
will
of
follow
stuff.
me whenever I go.
That's how
They
production
will
cycles go.
they're gonna
We
have an
go
ass.
through
No,
the alpha and beta
the
and
aim
go
is
into
always gonna be in me.
And the PTC build will be after we're going to stabilization.
The same
there
goes
might
for the
still be
target
issues
lock
and bugs and stuff,
in
but
the
that's what
melee
stabilization is for.
Right.
fight.
So all of that, getting ready for September, but
We shall
we're
see.
still months before the end of year. We briefly touched upon Polar Cup, but you know I wouldn't feel good, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah, new map,
community
area.
would also didn't feel good about me if I wouldn't try to maybe extract a little bit more out of you. Any little tease, anything else you can tell us about the Polar Cup to satisfy the excitement and the curiosity that we really have seen after the Polar Cup announcement,
Sure. I mean,
or tease rather.
I think this is interesting because it's probably one of the first times that Dune Awakening shows a part of Dune that hasn't been shown in any other media. The books mention the Polar Cap, they mention the faction, the Water Shippers, who you know, and there's a specific character called Lingar Butte, and Lingar Butte is a water shipper. He's at the banquet scene in the book, and there's more about him in the extended Dune stories, and so the player doesn't really know what's happening, right? But the player is given a job to go and investigate the polar cap because there's a bit of a water crisis going on and people aren't receiving their water shipments from the polar cap. And so you kind of go into the polar cap blind, and I don't want to spoil too much, but essentially it leads to the player having to go back to the basics of survival for a while and figuring out what's going on, uncovering what's happening here, and
So,
it introduces a whole bunch
from
of
the
mechanics
desert and the
around
hut,
crafting.
that is absolutely
a
hot
bunch of
everywhere.
new mechanics
We're
around,
gonna go
like-
there and it's gonna be freezing.
I mean, ice harvesting and things like that, right? Things that you would expect to see. And
I would like to be there right now.
We also want to continue evolving some of the systems that we've been starting
Yes.
to evolve, such as augments, for example.
I will just lay in the
Yes.
ice.
We
Yes.
want to continue
And-
evolving.
there are rewards that you will get here in the ice. Like there is a reason for the ice cap to exist, and you will get things here that you can't get anywhere else in the game. And there are resources here that you need that you can't get elsewhere in the game. So this is like going to become an important part of the overall game loop for the game.
Well, I'm excited. I cannot wait until we actually will be able to speak concrete about the Power Cup. Today is not the day, but I appreciate.
And
you
we'll get
guys
Jeff G in
sharing
here
that
to
bit.
sit on the couch and
he
talk
needs
about
to
it.
be there
Because
for
Jeff
that.
G is the man digging through the ice and snow. Well, there's no
Is
snow,
this
but the
area
ice
gonna
is
be for
totally
chapter
flat.
4 that's
No
coming?
precipitation on
Continue
the
the story?
That's my.
Or is it gonna be later like
But yeah, it's cool. It's going to be great, and I think people are going to be really interested in
like a
how we
Lancelot
approach
mission or something?
Awesome. All right.
It's probably gonna be
So
for the new
there we have it.
for the chapter, right?
More
The
to
continuation
come
of the chapter.
Very, very soon.
Hey,
How the guy?
It's more rocks.
Our names looks familiar. El Jefe from Discord. But yeah, we're gonna go into a little break, and after that, we'll officially open our rapid fire
είπες να τα
Q&A
βάλω εγώ στην
session.
κατάσταση.
We had a bunch of
Νόμιζα μην είπες
questions
τα έβαλα στην κατάσταση.
pre-submitted through
Δεν άκουσα, συγγνώμη.
the Reddit thread
Νόμιζα μην είπες
for the
τα
live
έβαλα στην
stream.
κατάψυξη. νόμιζα.
But also Nicole
Δεν τα άκουσα,
has been
sorry.
paying attention to
Sorry.
everything you guys have been saying in chat. And
Sorry.
we'll be answering as many as we can.
It's actually quite crazy, by the way. I didn't realize, but Nicole's birthday is the same day as June Awakening's birthday. I had no idea.
It really is.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
crazy.
Yes.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Nicole.
birthday,
Happy
Nicole.
birthday, Nicole. Maybe we'll
Happy
have
level up
something
day.
to celebrate that in a very moment.
Yes.
But before the live stream, we've also asked you guys or the community to share some of the stories from June Awakening. And we
Yeah, I
have
saw that. I didn't share
some of
anything.
them, to highlight for everyone to see. Any player that has their story highlighted, thank you very much. We will be contacting you later this week and giving a code for the Atreides battle rifle as a little token of our appreciation. But also we appreciate everyone else who decided to share some of their personal stories that they had with June Awakening. So let's take a look at that. And we will be back for a Q&A in a very few moments.
Okay. In the first few weeks I was in an aluminum tier. Oh, that's very fast. Okay. Made some friends on my server. The first one that managed to build an Exile ornithopter flew by and picked us up, and we were flying around. One person accidentally fell and jumped out. We swung around to get them and had the worms start coming towards us. We tried to pull up, but the worm got us all. It sucked. I should have shared the story that happened with you, Rural Gothic. That you were just standing there and each one was expecting from the other one to fly the ornithopter and you got eaten by the worm. That was stupid. I should have said that. I should have said that. That was funny. I should have sent that. Nice. Let's see. What?
Yeah, well, welcome back.
Yeah.
Suddenly appeared.
Wild Alex appeared. He ran from home.
Okay. Ah, he
Joined
came.
the live
Like
stream.
actually,
He actually ran. How many Ks away do you
through
live?
something.
3.5 Ks, yeah. Nice. You don't seem that sweaty,
No,
all
it's
things
fine.
considered.
It's magic.
Yeah.
You run regularly anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but we couldn't say no, so we will be in this very weird setup.
Very close.
But hey, it is the anniversary live stream. We are.
So he
spicing
came
things
back
up,
from
but
his
yeah,
from
I mean,
his
the
home,
more
right?
merrier.
He came
we
back.
have a bunch of questions that we will be answering. So, Nicole, whenever you're ready, just drop them on the screen, and we'll do our best to answer them. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna take a moment. We're gonna fill the gap.
Nice.
There we go. The Faithful Sheriff. Any plans for new variants for Carry All and Sandcrawler?
I mean, yes.
Simple question, simple answer. We will be adding more variants at some point.
At some point.
Some point,
Yeah,
yes.
CMDR Atlas. Are there any plans for new guild-oriented features from Reddit?
It's a good
Guild-oriented
question.
features.
Any of those 2027 features that will...
Ooh, that's spicy actually.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm allowed to talk about it too much.
No, you're
Not
not.
yet.
But,
I'd rather we don't.
but
you can
Yeah.
say yes or no.
I'm just thinking of like guild-oriented
Yeah, I
comes with
saw.
certain connotations,
Yeah.
right? That I'm like, there are like I would say multiplayer-oriented that like guilds will definitely participate in as a guild, but not it's hard to say. Like it's not like, hey, this is specific only for a guild and only a guild. I don't think that would be honest.
Okay.
If that makes sense. That's it, huh? No more questions? No. Yes.
WJCVN, will there be more events like the one with the crashed ships and missiles that shot them down? I would love to see an event with
Yes.
a solar eclipse on Arrakis. So yeah, you mentioned that earlier, Joel. We're definitely looking at.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, like there's one I have a personal I was gonna say absolutely the wrong word. I have a personal love for this particular thing that I was going to that I would like to do for a specific season of the year, a specific holiday season in the real world that I would like to push for. Anyone who's played Secret World knows that there's a particular season that I really liked to do events for.
We like Secret World,
and I
remember?
would like to bring some of that kind of
We
flavor.
really
to
like the game.
Dune. So I have an idea, and I'm going to push hard to try and get that.
That was a fucking amazing
Next
game.
week, I believe.
Secret World,
So
amazing
call
game.
the chat next
It's
Tuesday.
still up. It's free.
Insane. Is there content planned before September 22nd for PC?
I mean, the Landsrad missions went out today.
No,
Or
PTC.
they're on PTC.
PTC
Yeah,
today.
yeah. So there is the new Landsrad missions will be coming before September 22nd. But no, otherwise I think that's pretty clearly it. And then the
Yes.
events that are being run.
So we're having a bunch of events,
Yep.
and then the Landsrad missions. But from there on until console launch, it's
Yeah, and just to explain that, right? Like it's also because there's what we call certification for console. Certification is where you send in the builds to Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo. If you're doing that, we aren't, and they have to certify, and it's quite a long process, right? And you need to pass this before you're able to launch on consoles, and the builds need to be delivered fairly cleanly with like very little issue. So like we can't if we want to have parity when we launch on console with PC. We wanna
Yeah,
have
I didn't
both
like that
versions on the
either,
same
Aaron.
Thing we can't just.
I didn't like
updating
that
the
either,
PC
so
version in the middle of this, right? We
For
actually
all
have
the
to
summer, we are
go
in the
back
start
and
of the
do
summer,
it.
right?
It's part of the reason why.
So
Politics
nothing
was
on
later
June?
in the year as well.
On
Because
July,
if we could've,
probably
Polcat's
the
really
you know
cool,
the
we
5
could've
Landsrad
dumped it in
mission
the
that we
middle of this,
saw,
but then it would've messed
and
up all
nothing
of our
for
consoles.
August.
So no, it all kind of needs to come.
Yeah, except the
in the
Landsrad
right
mission that they
order,
show us, the
sadly.
5 new Landsrad missions,
Right, so 1 for 10.
There's not gonna be anything else.
Last content patch.
which
before
is a
September.
little bit
correct. But there will be some events.
Yeah, and there might be
disappointed.
There might be
Disappointment,
1 for 20 with some
right?
fixes?
It's a disappointment.
Nothing planned right
Okay.
now.
I'm disappointing about it. I mean, I was expecting something.
Okay, all right.
So The only thing that we
I
have
didn't catch
to
the previous
expect
question
for
because
until
we
September
were-
is the 5 new last admissions.
Between she sends and you get it. So
Right.
it's gonna be
Okay.
really
All right,
Apparently, there's a little bit of
work
delay
around it.
between. Yeah.
We'll work around it.
It's like the delay between my mouth and my brain.
Whoa.
Sorry. It's true though.
I thought June or July they're gonna release the
Oh,
new
you're right,
chapter,
Alex.
chapter
Those
4.
pixels.
That's what
Are
they
there
said.
Any plans in the pipeline for guilds, custom flags, expanded members to 64 guild permissions for vehicles, perks?
There was another question before
I
that.
think that comes back
that
to the other
actually there was a
question about
person
guilds, I would
said,
say no, I'd be
I've
lying
done
if I said
everything
there was.
in the end
We
game,
can
and
talk
I
about
didn't. He was
things
probably
like
asking
that, like
what
extending the guilds to 64
are we supposed to do now, or
doesn't
are
make
you
that
planning
much
to
sense
add
'cause
something
then you can't
about
fit in a
those
single
kind of
base.
people? But
so we wouldn't do that.
he was talking and
That's
they
why it's
didn't
got a
put it
limit
back.
where it is already. Our official servers have a cap of 40 people per Hager basin, so that wouldn't make sense. But some of the things like custom banners and things like that, we did it in Exiles eventually. It's stuff that I would put in the agenda for the future. It's not currently in the plan.
Right.
That's it. Ah,
Z Silverwood.
Here
For
it is, this
players
question.
Who have already reached the current endgame, full grade 5 gear, optimized augments, max specializations. What do you envision as the long-term aspirational gameplay loop of Dune Awakening?
This is-
Perfect question.
yeah, that's a good question.
Alex wants the answer.
I'm actually.
No, so I think that those people will find a nice change of pace when we get to. First of all, I don't believe anyone's hit the specialization cap yet. Am I wrong?
I don't think so. Yeah.
There's no-
we have
I-
some people who did complete level 100 for maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, but not all five.
But not
all
everything.
four.
Yeah, there's
Five.
there's
Yeah.
pretty much zero chance because of the way that's balanced. So yes, we're going to continue to add features to the game, right? Like that's part of the plan. So the longer term aspiration of Dune Awakening is, of course, I've talked about this before, is that we have a long term plan for the game.
Yeah,
New
so
features will
there's
come.
gonna boost the XP, right? They're
I
gonna
can't
boost
really
this
talk too much
week.
about what the new features are, but you can imagine. Like,
For
things
I mean,
like
until
durability trees,
for now and for 1
players
month,
that reinforce,
every week they're gonna
separate
give us
styles of
some boost
combat and
XP,
things like
so
that. New specializations can come in.
we should take
Content will
advantage
keep
of that.
pace with that, and we will have more content for players along the lines of those things. And there'll be completely new gameplay loops coming, things that you haven't done in the game that tie back into all of the different feature loops in the game, right?
Polar cap is an example.
And the
of that.
polar cap is like another example, right? There's a bunch of new things that you're going to want, even as a maxed out player, because they broaden your game experience. There's things that you can get there that you won't be able to get anywhere else. There's reasons to engage with the resource loops in polar cap. So yeah, I think that's just how it will be. We'll continue to make the Dune experience.
Well,
Because I think our
Stitches,
goal-
games like
I
Dune,
think maybe the
you are
creative direction
there are games
at the
that you
highest
are
level is
supposed
make,
to
like a
keep you
Dune
playing and play and play
universe
and
game,
play.
right? Like that's what we're trying to do eventually, right? Like everything here should feel like you live in the Dune universe, you have a Dune life, and you.
That's
you know,
the
we
idea
parallel
behind
some of
games
the
like that,
events and
right?
Stories from the books and the movies, and you know, I have a plan that sort of lasts for. I've called it the 10-year plan before. I don't know how long it will actually last, but it's a plan of content and events, and there's a main story and there's a narrative, and all of this stuff leads through certain things, and those things are features that will tie back to you. So you'll have stuff to do. Now, specifically, this question might be, what are you doing to challenge me as a player with that? And that's something that Alex and I and the combat guys and Jeff G, like on the exploration side, like all of the specializations have specific end goals, right? And then you're like, what's the content that challenges when I reach that high tier? That's what we're actually talking about right now. What we can do to make sure that people feel challenged in those roles. So we're getting there. It's not completely finished.
Next question from Minobi. Do you have any plans to introduce bigger water containers?
Yes, we do.
Indeed.
They are on the plan. They're going to be worked on.
It's twice as nice.
I don't know if I want to see much
Twice
more.
as nice with ice.
Yeah, exactly. Twice as nice with ice.
Lee Buch S. Are there any plans to improve or overhaul the PvP aspect of the game?
Yes, there are plans. Overhaul is a very strong word with a lot of implications. Improve, yes. I've talked about it on other live streams. We have some some plans for things like dueling system, arenas, control points. All of those three are in our backlog. Like when they will actually come in is kind of, I'm not able to say. Alex and I have a task coming up where we're going to be talking about revamping abilities in the game. We're going to have a conversation about how things are working in PvP as well at the same time and looking at what works and doesn't work. We are doing things like we are paying attention, like when
For
people
me,
talk about things that aren't fair. In
I
PvP,
like the Landsrat
protector
mission
circle, we
as
already made that change.
a part of
and
the
then I
end
talked about,
game
like no-fly zones in the deep desert,
mechanic.
and things like that.
They
Probably
need
those things will be
to add
specifically applied to the deep
more
desert. So yes, there are
end game
plans to
activities,
improve
stuff
things in PvP
that
in the game. I wouldn't say overhaul. As
you
in
will,
start from scratch.
another end game mechanic that will also give
A
you
good way to think about it. As well. Anything
a
that we do
different
for
way
PvP
or an
should
alternative
be
way
valuable
to,
experience, and one
you
should
know,
not exclude the other as much as we can.
Yes.
There is
to
a lot
gain
of-
experience
one
about
of
the
most
specialization
challenging things
stuff.
is to make 2 games or 3 games in parallel. So we'll try absolutely our best to make sure we're only making 1 game. But that
Yeah,
one
for me,
experience will be
that's
great
what
for as many people as we possibly can get.
Dune
out of it.
Awakening
Yeah.
needs.
Well put.
It
Looking at
needs
melee,
more
looking at
end game
range, looking at
activities. It
abilities,
needs
looking at vehicles,
different
and how it
end
all
game
ties
mechanics.
together and the gameplay activities that you do as well.
Yep.
I mean, it needs more end game mechanics, different end game mechanics.
Grant
So you will
more
have different
Steve,
stuff to
can we
do
expect more
and don't
characters
feel,
from the books to
you know, the
appear
repetition
about
that, you're doing the same Landsrat missions and you're doing the same stuff over and over and over again.
Yes, you can.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
And I
it's a
told them
slow
that. We
burn,
told
right?
them
Like,
that.
when there's a
When we've
narrative
been asked in the round
planned out
table.
over a long time, yes. There's even characters you're going to meet in chapter 5 that you haven't. Sorry, not chapter 5. Whatever the next update's called. 1.5.
The next update, I think
Yeah.
we haven't nailed
console
down
launch
You
the
will
version.
name
meet
just
characters
yet.
that you haven't. You'll meet specifically 2 really important lore characters.
Not only
that you
Landsrat
haven't
missions.
met.
I'm not
One of
talking
them
about only
is going
again.
to feature
I
very
mean, beside
prominently in
Landsrat
the
mission,
next
I like the Landsrat mission as an idea, but this should be
Yes,
an
the
option.
Next question.
You should add
which
more
was
options for end game
regarding
activities.
Whether we're planning to
Different
add,
end game mechanics.
Any new abilities or deepen the specializations to the existing trees and systems. I'm sorry I didn't cut it fully, but I think that was the gist of it. If I'm wrong, Nicole, just resend that question whenever you want.
So, like Joel said a second ago, everything that we try to do is for the betterment of as many people as possible, or technically, yes. So, there are plans to look at the abilities. There are plans to look at the abilities for the next big release. Some abilities can use more attention than others, and there are absolutely talks and conversations about how we can add more gameplay variety and unique experiences by either adding new skill trees or revamping existing ones.
Yeah, and some abilities, like we understand that people don't use them much, or that they're like we can see through our telemetry what people are using and why, and we can.
But
look
yeah,
at
Arun, I
how
agree with you.
people-
The
like one of the
questions
things
are
that
at
Alex and I
point
had-
and
had
are,
done-
you know,
or I made Alex do, is the way I should say it.
I mean,
That's
exactly
how I
what
directed Alex was like. We've removed.
we
the
need to see
Spencer
for Dune, right?
from the slavers in the
But, no
Java
one
Freak
asked
areas because
if there are going to be new end game
the-
mechanic.
we had made changes in the dungeons.
And
because
or
players
if
were
they're
using
planning
the
or thinking
dispenser grenades to lock down
to add a
all the
different
NPC
end
waves
game
in the dungeons. So we made
mechanic
it so
besides
NPCs
Landsrat
could do more
missions.
dispensers, which changed that dynamic. But then what it meant was that when you were playing in, like, especially newer players who were playing in the Iron Tier, Steel Tier stuff, they were getting locked down, floating in the air, getting absolutely destroyed by 12 people, like 12 NPCs who could just completely ignore the effects of dispenser grenades. Like, dispenser grenades need to be looked at, and we need to improve them as an ability. Like, there's no doubt in my mind, and we've done a couple of Band-Aid rip-offs here and there, and it's not good enough, right? We need to go back and revisit that ability and have a look at actually how it works and think about what it's going to do for the, as Alex says, for PvE, PvP. Like, how can we make that a more compelling, more interesting ability? Because right now, I think it's like, it doesn't serve the purpose we intended it to serve at launch. So, you know, here's a funny story, right? Like, if you remember, here's a funny story. Here's a funny story. Like, if you remember at launch, people were able to Goomba stomp with vehicles into players.
Yeah.
But actually, the counter to that, as designed by us, was that dispenser grenades slowed vehicles down when they hit them. So if you tried to fly through a dispenser grenade to Goomba stomp someone, you wouldn't have been able to do it. But it was optimized because of an issue, so it actually became possible to do it. So it's like, these things are complex, right? Like, sometimes someone will fix a bug thinking it's a bug, and it's not, or it's an intentional design, or coders optimize a part of the game because physics collision through the suspensor grenade was causing issues, blah, 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 and we end up in this situation where an ability becomes not what it was intended to be. So, yes, it's complex and we're revisiting. Anyway, end of my funny story. Let's go back to Ignacy's story time.
Hilarious.
Thank you, Ignacy.
What was
Can
the
we,
previous question?
Yeah, can we
He's
get
gonna
that
bring it
question
back.
again?
Guess who's back?
Back again.
We'll start
Sorry.
singing. You guys don't know how much singing in the office happens. Oh my
Sorry.
I can sing.
Yeah, too much.
No, we're not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Solid Snake 090. Any plans for new vehicles?
Tanks one.
Yeah, I was just going to say, two things spring to mind. One of them technically a vehicle, I suppose.
Oh, okay.
I like this answer.
Yeah,
I was not singing.
Ambiguous.
I like it.
I said I can sing
I
because
mean,
they mentioned that, you know,
Yes.
one of
Yes.
them started singing and the guy with the glasses behind,
Highly likely.
you
But I don't
know,
think,
behind the
like,
set
vehicles are where
said,
we're
no
going
more
to be
singing,
putting
no more singing,
Most
please.
of our development efforts, so you won't be getting.
And
like
I said,
100
I can
vehicles.
sing.
It's not a vehicle game.
Music Junkie 81. Why can't we vacuum floor sand with the crawler?
That's on the plan soon, eventually.
Why should you don't like my singing?
Well,
No,
Production jobs.
alignment meeting. Alignment meeting.
I'm half joking. It is something we want to do. It's
Okay.
yeah, it's on the plan,
Plus.
but I don't know the
When?
current
Right.
release date.
Okay, so we're looking at the backlog bucket right now.
Yes.
I see.
I have different plans for how to
98%,
We'll
nice.
talk about it.
98%, I like it.
All right.
I understand the need. I understand the wish for sure.
Routine Brush 6877. For the single player mode, how does NPC respawning works? Is it timer based like in standard online, or is it based on reloading chunks?
So I actually raised this not that long ago. We were talking about this because we do have a variable for respawning NPCs in the world.
Yes.
And I want to make sure that players don't have the Conan Exiles experience of like,
I can tell you that they won't, because we have persistence on you leaving
yes,
the area and coming back.
Also,
again.
there was an
they
update
are
on Conan
respawn-
Exile, by the
they're
way.
timer based, like
Yes.
in multiplayer.
Huh?
And it will remember that you kill them and then leave the area and come back again.
so we can also open some of that timer up to players, right, to allow them to.
The
adjust.
timer will be adjustable.
Yeah,
in
so the
settings.
timer will be adjustable in settings in single player. So there you go. You can even make it so you can slowly. Can we make it so you can slowly depopulate the entire world?
Oh, like a I don't know, 1 week timer. I actually don't know what the max is. But, that would be funny though.
It's kind of funny.
Persistent world.
I killed everybody in Arrakis, and all I got was this lousy blood bag.
QC8472. Will we be able to transfer our current characters to single player?
They said
we
no.
covered that one earlier. Unfortunately, no. Due to the database.
They said no.
That you've mentioned.
Yeah, they run different databases essentially.
Yeah, I mentioned it before. There's completely different database structures for these two.
Hattori Hans. Any plans for mod support for single player mode?
That's a complicated topic
Yeah.
for Dune.
Yeah, it still remains a difficult thing, I would say, for us. There's IP holders involved. It's not straightforward for us to just add mod support. So for now, the answer is no.
Yeah.
Valo31 TV. Will Coriolis Storm still happen in single player each week?
I guess the interesting part here is that time in single player doesn't flow the same way as in multiplayer. There's no server that's always up. So that's the big difference. Do you know exactly the timing on it?
No, we've been looking at
It's
it
a
when we've been working on it.
negotiation.
Yeah, it's kind of a negotiation about how often it happens. But they won't be like Coriolis storms, right? Like they'll be different. They'll still be Coriolis storms, but they'll be different to the ones that happen in multiplayer. So it has a lesser effect.
And you did say that the layout on the deep desert will not change,
Yes.
and your
Yes.
base will not get wiped
Yes.
anyway, right? So-
Yeah, in single player, those things
Yeah.
are far less.
And like an important thing in single player is that now when you shut off the game actually stops, right?
Yes.
That means
Powering your base with fuel. If you leave the game for 6 months,
Yeah,
and come
exactly.
back,
I
you
mean,
still have the
I want to
same
stop
amount.
playing.
But,
Nothing
but
continues
The really nice thing is
in the
crafting
going on, right? There's not
continues while you're out.
Yes.
a public server or
Crafting
something that
mechanics,
keep
when you
on
come back
playing.
again, the stuff that you've put to crafting.
Yeah. If you leave machines running to like craft and things, yes. We have to make sure the generators turn off though.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if
Oh wait, no, sorry. Maybe I'm wrong now. Not when you log out, but when you're out
Yeah.
of the area is what I mean.
Okay.
Con CEO CNC, have you considered adding or further expanding stealth mechanics for single player? I think it would be it would create more tactical options for approaching encounters.
Joel's gonna zip his lips and say, "I may not answer that one on the grounds that it may incriminate me."
No promises.
Okay.
No, yeah. I can't talk about it, right? Like, so no.
Alright.
Let's say for now, maybe.
Okay. Alex's smile will be the only thing we're gonna get as an answer to this question. John the Bar, are there any plans to rework or rebalance the personal rewards and decrees?
We talked about the decrees specifically recently, adding more stuff. The Landsrad personal rewards, not so much. And like, it's not a conversation that's the top of our radar right now. Doesn't mean we won't do it or look at it at some point in the future. But like, those don't seem to be the main driver of concern. The decrees, on the other hand, are something that we want to look at and continue to expand as well. So, yes.
Okay.
Lots of fun questions.
These are good questions.
Rodak T. No, sorry for butchering your name, guys, by the way. Do you plan to make construction
I never
for
did that.
all buildables be a pickable
Butchering a name
option,
of
Tron
anyone.
shelter made of plaston, or a Atreides set made of granite?
It's a good point.
No plans right now.
I
at
don't
least.
think we have plans for it right now. It's something I can talk with Leo and the building team about. It's a bit of a legacy issue tying back to the way that we wanted PvP and base sieges potentially between players to work, which is why we had higher tiers of materials with more expensive and thus higher hit points and things like that. So yeah, and obviously that doesn't play out in the game as solidly as it needs to or should have. So yeah, it's something to think about.
Okay.
It's a good question that leads me to go down a dark path in my head that I need to fix.
Syllabub Middle, what does the future hold for Dune Awakening? Can we expect a new roadmap?
Roadmaps.
My favorite thing.
There's an in-joke about promises in Joel. That's why the giggling is happening.
Yeah, so I want to tell a story, and then I want to talk about roadmaps, right? And then this is kind of like, so yes, obviously, Dune Awakening has a lot of plans. The visibility you have into those plans is up until the polar cap, essentially, right now. That's basically as far as we're talking about in the future. Next year, there'll be a bunch more stuff, right? Like, I'm working on with the executive producer, there's plans that go all the way through 2027, and then like we look far ahead. I have a 10-year plan that I wrote 2 years ago of where I want this thing to go and like what things are going to be in there, but we adjust as we go, right? Like chapter 3 was a big pivot for us. It was originally something else, and then we pivoted to make the end game and the Landsrad more interesting because it just wasn't working. So yes, there is an internal plan, but then there's the public roadmaps. Right? We're not an early access game where we're trying to present our public roadmap. And I'm really burned because on Conan Exiles, I presented a public roadmap during early access, and it involved settlement system, sorcery system, mounts, I can't remember, sieging. And it took us like 5 years to deliver those things that we said we would deliver in a year of early access.
Fuck my
So I'm really
life.
burned out because all that happened for the next 3 years on Conan Exiles was people going, "Where's sorcery? You guys haven't delivered sorcery. You guys suck. You promised sorcery 3 years ago and you still haven't delivered it." Eventually we delivered on all of the things, but it took a lot longer than we thought as devs. So let's say I'm gun shy about actually putting out a public roadmap and going, this is definitely going to be happening at this point, because it also takes away your ability to pivot. Because if I'd said last year, here is what's happening between launch and the end of the first year of Dune Awakening, and then I look at what we actually did between the launch and the first year of Dune Awakening, it's 100%, not 100% different, but it's very different. Like, it changed a lot from June 10th.
Yeah, because chapter 3 they introduce us the Landsrad missions as an endgame activity, and the dungeons with the bosses, which was not a thing before,
if I
right?
just set a roadmap in place and I'd had to like
And it was a good update.
religiously to this, it would have just been a worse game at this point for you guys. So, yeah, that's the only thing I can say. I'm like, and you know, it's fine to say that I'm incompetent or that I promise too much or whatever. It's quite okay, but like, it makes me shy of roadmaps, and I always have this discussion with marketing because you know they're like, hey, let's put out a roadmap, get people really excited about the future, and I'm like, let's not. Let's tell people
But I
about what
think
we're
that-
working
I
towards.
think it's a balancing act.
Yeah,
right? Like,
it's very hard.
obviously, we want to communicate with you guys what we're planning for, you know, enough into the future so that you know there is something for you to look forward to, right?
Yes.
But we need to find a good balance, and maybe will not always manifest in, you know, a typical roadmap as you guys get to understand it. But it also doesn't mean we will not say anything that we're planning for the next.
But I think you
months,
can see the flip side of that is that when we do communicate something like the polar cap, is that we're clearly intending
Yeah.
to ship this.
yeah.
So we will communicate and we'll always keep giving
Yeah.
you something to look forward to. Like we will continue doing that even after polar cap. That's the intention, right?
Yeah.
But we don't want to. We want to also keep some of this open because of what we asked, like
Yeah.
what you just talked about with
Well,
pivoting.
and it's just like player bases as well. Like the way that you play the game is dynamic, and it might be that like, hey, we see a lot of people wanting more of this. Oh, but we had planned this. Oh, well, we'll just switch, right? Like, and it gives us that flexibility to actually make more of what people want. And it, you know, I the number of times that like time just makes you into a liar as well. Anyway, let's.
Junies, I really enjoyed the single player announcement. I remember some time ago that it was mentioned how that wasn't a possibility due to numerous reasons. Is there any other concepts that at this stage weren't possible and now we're revisiting them?
This is the bane of my life, by the way. The bane of my life.
We literally talked about it before the live stream.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. The bane of my life is that I get told by people, this is not possible, we can't do it. This is never going to happen. And then I'm the person who communicates outwards, hey, sorry guys, it's impossible, it's never going to happen. In beta, there were people going, can we have self-hosted servers? And I was like,
So
let me go check. Nope, we're not doing it. We can't. Apparently, it's really hard.
So when somebody tells Joel it's not possible, they actually just mean it's really, really hard, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not like single player came for free.
No,
it
no.
was a massive
Massive
undertaking.
effort.
Like it took
Well, yeah, because
a pretty large team, sizable team, months and months and
theoretically
months of work
and
to
technically
get
in a
everything
game,
working as
everything is
well.
possible.
And we
how
did
the game
this
is
because
right?
we did this
So,
because it was a big
Nothing
request.
is impossible.
Yes,
It's
like a huge
it's
request.
just too fucking hard.
And it does open up some doors in the future now that we've done this.
Yes.
So obviously there are some things that we've said in the past that maybe wasn't possible that might open up due to doors like this.
Yeah, it's like everyone on Conan thinks I'm a liar because I told them mounts wasn't possible. Because at the time when we were trying to do mounts, the streaming on Xbox was so slow on the hard drive that you would run out of the world if we made the player move faster. Do you remember this?
Yeah, that's really
And I talked to the tech team and the CTO of the company, and he was like, we're not doing mounts, man. We can't stream this. And then over the years, we optimized Conan Exiles enough that we could do mounts. And it's great. And I'm very happy we could do it. But like, I always end up being the liar when I say, this is impossible, this is hard. So the point is, yeah, like we can probably do more things in the future if we spend enough time on it. The question is it the will of the community?
Yep.
Next question, Quantum Float Boat. How are build sets decided for when it comes to the theme? How many pieces and what types of pieces are to be included?
It's a good question.
This is going to be one of those. I feel like this is one of those trick questions because obviously people are unhappy every time we put out a building
trap.
set. It's hard, right? So because let me talk primarily about why it's hard. We use the building sets we make in the game to build content as well. If you look at WinPass, it's using water shipper assets to build the buildings in WinPass. But we also cheat because we're game developers. On the inside, using the engine, we can rotate pieces. There's a team of people who make special an environment artist made these specific windows because he thought it looked better for this particular building. Blah blah blah. We cheat. You can't do that. So we give you building sets with the pieces that are aligned to the player building set. Now, I saw people on Reddit talking about, oh, but those windows that are used on this building in WinPass, why can't we have those? You can't have them because they're not player building set pieces. They're not set up for a building set. They're made by an environment artist who specifically didn't care about the player building set metrics. So with that said, we are working on right now trying to standardize a set of pieces for buildings.
Graven Moore,
don't
thank you for
have
the
this
follow.
issue every
Welcome,
time we
welcome.
launch a DLC where people go, "Oh, you're missing this thing that I liked from this other set." But you also have to remember they're very expensive. Like there are a lot of pieces in every set. For the, I mean, maybe people will think I'm being facetious or a bum or whatever, but like for what you're getting for the price of the DLCs in terms of how many assets there are in those building sets, it's a lot. It's a lot, and every time it's like, and there's no attempt on our end to like rip people off or make it worse or do it worse than this other set. It's generally just like, what do we have? How do we put them together? And then the team is now working on making sure that we have a standardized set so that people understand what's going to be there every time, and we don't have. So I think that's it, right? That's where we're at.
And quickly, as on theming, it often ties in with whatever the bigger updates that we have are coming, right?
Yeah.
That's the
I mean,
main idea.
1.4 and Polar Cap and Shipper and Water Shippers were sort of supposed to be
Yeah.
roughly together, but then we ended up having to do some changes there.
Did you
Sorry.
get it?
I think it's the second time from that user.
Nicole, can you
used the
resend that question,
Yes,
please?
please,
If you're
Nicole.
gonna add
Sorry.
more ornamental pieces like wires and plants and stuff like that.
Oh, more ornamental pieces like wires and plants. Yeah.
Yeah, just answer this and we'll catch
yeah.
up.
She got the same question because the tool won't let her.
Well,
so she has to
for the
send a new one
previous-
and then-
For the previous
Right.
question, yes,
Okay.
maybe, and then for NPCs and thralls,
I can't
Okay.
talk about it.
you can't talk about it.
No, we can't talk about it.
But yeah, we'll keep expanding with new placeables and
Potentially.
decoration pieces.
Alex, you've got the worst poker face in the world. Every time anyone asks
I'm
a
just
question,
getting you to commit to
Every
things.
time-
You don't want to commit. Put a ring on it.
put on a ring on it. Right? Unbelievable.
Well, read between the lines if you want to.
Yes.
There's chemistry here.
Routine Brush 6877. For self-hosted or private servers, would you allow us to edit, tweak the launch trap point system to allow low population multiplayer servers to reduce the count of points needed to win a
That's
square?
interesting.
Yeah, I think we can do that.
Yeah.
Add it to Jira, put it in the backlog, and get the team
Make
to
a
fix it.
Jira,
Thank you.
get someone on it.
We're
but
good,
I
yeah.
can't promise
Make a
when.
task out of
Yeah, we
this?
don't know when,
Comments?
but I think it's a really reasonable question, and we should be
Yeah.
able to do it and add it to the server settings. Sure.
Next. Guilty Whiskey 3. Will there be goals activities implemented into both the PvPDD and PvE Deep Desert to enhance that location and allow solo guilds to drive to new goals in that region?
Sorry, I'm trying to absorb the question. Are you asking that the goals are in both regions, so they're the same?
I got the feeling that they're asking for, will there be new things to do in the Deep Desert for PvE and for PvP
Yeah.
for
Yes.
guilds to drive towards new goals and do new
Sure.
stuff?
Players,
sure.
basically.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
5 more questions.
5 more questions.
5 more
Okay.
questions.
It's a lot of questions today. It's cool.
Good.
There we go. JN Kylus. Last update gave us Suspensor NPCs. Can we expect even more variety? New NPCs with new combat mechanics and also new wildlife creatures. I like how Ule Andreas just immediately put the microphones in front of Alex.
Part of the answer to that question is yes. Another part is it's more expensive.
I'm gonna channel my inner Jeff G and be like, a new archetype for the polar cap, Alex? When?
When the polar cap goes up, maybe.
And one of the things that I've been pushing for us to look into is quadrupeds, so that we can have things like laser tigers and stuff. It's still
It's on the agenda now.
on the agenda, but it's going to get looked at some point. So yes, the plan is especially look, if the game's going to be lasting 10 years, there'll be stuff there.
Rodach North. What are your thoughts on the current balance of the game and the augment grade system? Will any balance changes be made to cool the power cap issues?
So this is a pretty detailed conversation that needs to be had. We need to figure out and try to understand where we want to take technically you do. You need to figure out
With my
Yes.
my intelligent people,
absolutely with some advice and choose which way to direct the game.
mostly Andrew, not you.
I know. I just do stuff. It's fine. And figure out where we're going to take the game. And in terms of balance, that every piece of the progression, both itemization, personal character power, and even in some cases player ability to utilize the mechanics of the game, is going to get reviewed and adjusted for the place that the game is going to be in.
Yeah, I mean, it's also important to remember that we have telemetry on this. I understand that it's like power creep is always a concern, but it's a very, very, very small percentage of people who are really in the position where they've power crept too far out of the range, right? Like a lot of what we're doing is based around where people are at generally, not where people who spend a lot of time are. But with that said, I understand that in particular in PvP, power creep is going to be an issue. So
Yeah, and augments have increased the power quite a bit, so it is something we're looking at for sure.
definitely.
The big mother Fook. Do you plan on adding any new weapon types? As an example, some Atreides troops in Dune Part 1 use pole arms, other weapon types like dual sword, spears, lances, and clubs.
Yes.
What was the choice, Alex? I remember we had a discussion not that long ago, and it was like, "Hey, Joel, can we do pole arms or
What was the
dual
other thing?
daggers?"
Polearms, dual daggers, or something.
And I chose
like-
dual daggers.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, we're talking about this stuff, new weapons. If you look at Conan Exiles, where we have this huge variety of weapons that we've added over the years, I think that's a safe assumption that we'll continue to add things like weapons.
It needs to be tasteful within the lore, and it needs to make mechanical sense to the experience that we're trying to deliver.
Yep.
So some extremes cannot really be looked at. For example, the things like two-handed massive swords just don't make sense.
The Berserk sword
Right.
won't be in Dune
Things that
Awakening,
are in the
probably.
films do make sense as long as we can find a valid gameplay space for them to occupy.
Yep.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Fair.
Okay, Ganache
Oh, nice.
042. Any plans to add practice dummies so you could test your damage with or without upgrades, including different types of damage?
Yes.
Yes.
Plans to add this.
Okay, so it
I
should
remember
be
where
one
it's
more
scheduled
question,
for,
right?
We're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it.
So this is the last question.
Okay. Bibumpra. Any chance to add roaming patrols or bandits in the deep desert or Haga basin?
So this is the story of it's very, very hard. No, you can't do it. And then
Yeah.
time progresses
Right.
and things get massaged.
Yeah. So we've been told no, technically, on this
Who
for
knows?
many years. The reason being that like server optimization relies quite a lot on NPCs being awake and things like that, and it's yeah,
It gets messy quickly.
it's like NPCs are asleep when you're not nearby, right? In a multiplayer game. So let's imagine that there's an NPC patrolling from point A to point B, but you're not there, so they're asleep. So that you never see if they're patrolling anyway, because when you get to A, they wake up and you fight them, and then they're not there patrolling from point A to point B. And yes, you can simulate this in the background. I understand that people in the audience are telling me I'm stupid already. We know, but there's work to be done on all of these things. Yeah, it's
Okay.
never been the top priority. I wanted vehicle patrols as well that players ended up running into, and convoys of enemies and all sorts of things we wanted. Where we'll get to them is when we have a bit more time to sit back and look at where it's important for the game.
Okay. Fair.
Cool. Awesome.
Fair enough.
Well, that was the last question. So thank you very much, guys, for answering
Thank you.
everything. And thank you for submitting and asking those questions. What we'll do in the next few days, we're going to try to go back specifically to the Reddit thread we've created for this and just put the answers there in writing as well, so they're easily referenceable and you can find it and share it and quote us on everything we've said.
And hold it against us forever.
Yeah, but we still got a couple of things we need to resolve. We have obviously gone over an hour, my initial estimate for this live stream. But Caroline has been busy in the background sketching the tattoos. So now we're gonna take a quick look on how many? 3, 4?
She's finishing it up, so it's not quite.
Okay,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
finishing it up.
Yeah.
Not a single problem.
She needs 1 minute.
She needs 1 minute.
1 minute.
Excellent. We can wait 1 minute. It's not gonna make a difference.
Any good Dune theme jokes?
Okay, while you are waiting for a minute, I'm gonna go in the bathroom and pee.
You are the one who has the good jokes.
Well, what I would suggest maybe then let's switch the order a little bit because it is an anniversary, right? And I wouldn't imagine anniversary without a cake, right? And this is mainly to, celebrate all of you guys and the community. We had our internal celebrations across the studios to kind of, make this moment special, right? Game development, it's a collective effort. The nerds you're seeing over here is, the tip of an iceberg. There is way more talented people, colleagues.
Better looking as well.
100% that are creating all of that content and making it happen and making sure that it's playable. Let's play the videos. Let's give them a bit of a cheer. We've asked everyone to wish you, the player community, and the game happy birthday. And in the meantime, I'm gonna drink a little. Yes, we got a little cake with. Try to show it better to the camera. Here we go. Dune Awakening.
Nice.
Cake.
June.
Cake.
We have to imagine that they're candles, but given of how much spice has been
You want to eat
consumed,
cake, Helena?
I think it's not gonna be a problem because I've been told
Hello,
we can't
Statarius.
have open fire in the office. Otherwise, we will have an abrupt finish of this live stream. But this is a cake for.
Sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I didn't want to risk it for this one, I mean, we wouldn't have been here without you, and we appreciate every single player in our community. I could speak at length, but I think Joel, maybe if there is anything you would want to convey to our players.
Yeah, I think I talked to the devs earlier today, and I teared up a little bit when I was talking about it. But like
Exactly what Helena said.
there was a moment last year. Like games are hard.
What,
Game
Helena?
development's hard.
Helena is
really
so-
hard.
like testing it too?
It's a hard profession to be in. You see the industry, you see where things are going. Like people are, losing their jobs, and last year there was a moment when Dune was launching, and I know, by the way, like I don't know how else to say it, but Dune is the best game that Funcom's ever made, in my opinion. I think like the team has been
I agree.
phenomenal. The people that I've had the privilege of working with for the last few years on this project have been amazing people. I think that with COVID happening and a lot of remote work type things coming in and Funcom expanding at the same time into many offices, there's been a lot of challenges on Dune. And I think as a project, what it came together to make was something special. And the people who worked on it were special people. And then last year...
Actually, Stitches, even though I do like Conan very
beta,
much,
and the people that we met in the beta were also awesome people, like special people who helped us to make
Conan
the game
doesn't
better,
have an
right?
end game system. Doesn't
and
have
then
anything. You go if you do the
game
dungeons.
had its early
If you kill all the bosses,
access,
it
I
doesn't
think
have
it's called fifth to
quests.
the-
It doesn't have events. It
fifth to
doesn't
the
have
trend,
anything.
right? And
You're just
it was going really well. It was going great.
it is.
People were
You
excited.
just are there.
The game, was-
it doesn't
was-
have anything.
I
It
think
doesn't
it had
have
99% Steam rating at some point.
a
there.
reason for you to go and keep on playing.
And there was just
Okay, and I said that
moment of relief.
when I played
think,
Conan,
like,
even though I do like Conan,
our-
and I think it's one of the best
our
games
hearts
ever
were
made.
full.
It doesn't
Our
have
community was
quests. It
amazing.
doesn't have
Our
missions.
players were
It doesn't
giving us
have
positive
world
feedback.
events.
The journalists were
It
writing
doesn't
nice
have
articles about
world
it.
bosses.
Everything
It doesn't.
looked
I mean,
to be
it
great
has the
and
bosses,
on
but
track.
yeah.
And we thought, okay, maybe this is going to be, the success we need it to be for us. And Funcom's had its ups and downs over the years, and I was so excited. I was so top of the mountain for a little while, and then
And it doesn't have an end game
people started to report
system.
problems. People started to report bugs, and I think like
Yeah, but
everybody is correct, right?
See
There were
the big
things wrong
picture
with the
here,
game, things
Stitches.
that needed to be fixed,
right?
And it sort of
Yeah,
blew
it's not the best
blew the
end
wind
game
out of
system,
the sails,
but
right, of the team.
it
in-
does
in-
have an
in the
end game
sense that
system, and
we've
they
sort
can
of sunk
work
into
on it,
this
and
kind
they
of
can
like,
expand
oh,
it
shit,
and do more
like
stuff.
there's all these problems we need to fix.
In Conan,
And the
there's
thing that I'm
nothing.
very proud of. as
They're
a team
not-
is that
there are no
people just
quests.
rolled up their sleeves and got on with it, and we fixed the game.
There,
We've been
I
working
mean,
on it for
if
years.
you
and
in the Exile map,
but the thing through all of that,
I have already killed any boss that there is out there, and I have to do like three.
negative Steam
three
reviews
dungeons,
from
and that's
people,
it.
like people playing
After
hundreds of
that-
hours. And I have this exercise. I try to empathize and understand
There's
like,
nothing-
why people who played the game for such
There's,
a
I
long
mean,
time don't like
after
it
that,
anymore. And
beside me just
I
going,
really understand, I think.
go
Like,
and
I
keep on
see
playing,
that people are just
there
like,
is
you know
no
what,
end
I
game
played this game a lot.
activities that I can
I gave it
do.
my all, and the devs didn't make
in order to
decisions
keep
that
on
I wanted
playing.
them to make, or they pushed the game in a direction that I didn't like. And look, man, I feel that. I feel it. So through all of that, through the dev team, and we had some layoffs last year as well. Like through all of
So
these things.
the
that I feel
system
like
that they
just
implemented in Dune and how they made
devastating
Dune
to the
work,
development team.
it's better.
We had these
As an
people,
idea.
this community, this backbone of people playing Dune Awakening who are just wonderful.
Hello Scarecrow. Hello Sandyman.
Awesome people who I love and respect, and I thank you all, everybody who's been a part of Dune Awakening. Whether you hate us and left us a negative review on Steam, whether you love us and have given us positive reviews or have been there since day one, whether you're in
And
our
you
betas,
haven't
whether you're a new
experienced
player who
everything
picked up the game
in
last
Conan,
week.
except yeah, in Conan we
just
have
wanna
the
say thank
second
you.
map that we haven't
Right?
we haven't done
do
anything
this.
there, right?
We don't work this hard on these things for just ourselves. It's for you as well. And this is a shared experience in a multiplayer game, even though we're adding a single player mode. This is a shared experience for all of us. So for me, it's just a heartfelt thank you. Thank you to the Dune Awakening community, and thank you to all of you for being with us on this journey and the ups and the downs. And we're going to try and do our best and do better for you. That's all I can offer, right? So
I mean, if they add quests and special missions in Conan,
cheers.
that and there will be a reason to go and do them.
And now that I've
to
said
earn
my
something,
awkward
I don't know
piece,
what.
There was no core. I
It will be nice. It will change the game.
appreciate the directness and
Yeah, I mean,
transparency with it.
Or an end game
we're real
mechanic
people,
or
right?
something.
It's not like we.
Last I checked,
Last I checked, yeah. And Funcom is probably less corporate than most places, I think. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a job.
It's allowed to
to
be a
go?
human.
We're gonna show her screen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're the production master. You do it the way it works. What we want to see is obviously what Caroline
Also,
has been
Funcom
working
has
on
made another
throughout the
amazing
live
game
stream.
that's called
so you
Sacred
can-
World.
you guys-
It's a fucking amazing MMO horror
For
RPG.
voting.
It's
So
a fucking
you
amazing
can
game.
choose over here.
And they...
Take a
Was.
Huh?
Was.
It was.
torn between
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
and two myself.
It's not anymore? You can play it. You can still play it.
I really like number one, but number two is really bold. I like that one as well.
I think so.
So, which one do you like from all of
Is the
this?
community voting on this one?
1, 2, or 3? What do you like more?
Are being set up.
I like the third one. Yeah, I like the third one.
She can now show herself on stream because now she's done with the
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Everything's according to the plan. Everything's according to the plan. For everyone else, Caroline is just sitting right over there, so sometimes you could see us glancing over in that direction. This is exactly for that, but Caroline, welcome
Nice.
back. You've been hard at work
Okay.
for all this time, and I mean, those sketches are looking pretty fucking sick.
Thank you. I had a lot of fun actually. I've wanted to do a childhood tattoo for a little while. So this was very fun.
And that's also something internally people have been poking you about, right?
Yeah. I think it's been the most requested one.
Super good. So yeah, we're gonna let people vote. We might take the top 2 options and basically work on them a little bit more, and then after a week or a week and a half, we will share
Yeah, for me, I like the third one.
with you, either through CommunityNet Signal or through our socials or Discord, and basically run another poll to decide which one of those do we want to finalize and basically get through.
Yeah, I mean, without question, Conan, Exile,
So
and
right
Dune
now,
are the
we're
best
simply
games that Funcom has
one of those options
to present, right?
we would like to discard.
But they
at
have
this
made
point.
another amazing game
So
before
whenever the
Conan
polls are
ends.
ready,
Yeah.
Huh?
1 minute. Okay,
I can
no
just
problem.
give some information maybe.
Yeah,
about
go
the
ahead,
tattoos.
please.
Why
Of
don't you talk
course.
us through it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so whichever one we pick in the end will have a
Third.
final design that will wrap around the entire
Vote,
head
guys.
or the head.
I voted the third one. I like it more.
2, they will probably stretch along to the back, and then both 1 and 3 will have it go around the neck. So just to save some time, I decided to only focus on the front for now. And then, yeah. 2
Not here,
concepts,
man, not
maybe
here. They have a
switch
poll.
on its teeth
People are voting here,
so that
2,
you
2 or
can
3.
see your face. And then 3 is more of a like it's matching a sleeve tattoo that we already have. of a childhood wrapping around the arm.
Well, the question of Arun was,
And then
which
one
one
is
do you
more
like more of these three options?
Two reminds me of like,
Other one is
it's
gonna
also a reference to God Emperor, right? Like where Leto
Huh?
is inside.
One is gonna-
He's a worm.
Yeah, one is gonna win, yeah.
Yeah, God Emperor.
But
Two is a good God Emperor tattoo, in my opinion. Very cool.
Yeah, so while we're waiting
Draga, thank you for the
course
follow.
to finish, obviously in-game celebration is one thing, but we also will be running little raffles on our Discord server. So starting this Friday
Yeah.
for the next few weeks to coincide with everything that is going on in the game, we'll be running raffles for one of the murals that we've been distributing.
There's
I think
preparing
last
something.
year through the Discord quest system. So right now we're actually free to start giving it out. And that's exactly what we want to do. So if you don't have it yet in your collection, that will be an opportunity for you to every week have a chance to get a code for that. And this will all be happening on the official Dune Awakening Discord server. So make sure to keep an eye on our community announcements. And we're gonna get them there. And I can see with the corner of my eye, I got a thumbs up from Ignacy, which can only mean that the polls are ready. We've calculated the votes.
Option 1 has gotten 53%
53% for option 1.
on Twitch and 46% on YouTube, so it's the winner.
Okay,
Okay.
46 on YouTube.
Option 3 is the second choice with
Okay.
29 and 29.
All right,
Nice.
so
Option 1, clear winner.
one, number 3, those will be the ones.
1, 3, and 2 are the.
That's the order, yeah? So, God Emperor not today, not this time.
It's too early for the God Emperor anyway. It's fine.
Maybe later.
Maybe in the
right?
end of the 10-year cycle, we'll get to that.
But yeah, then 1, 3, basically Caroline will continue working on them offline for the next few days or a week, whatever. And then we'll get back to you and we'll let you vote for that. But yeah, definitely let us know, how did you like the live stream? How did you like designing a tattoo? I think this is something we would certainly like to do more. There's plenty of cool things we can do together. So share your feedback, send it over to us across Reddit, Discord, social media, you name it, Mar. Our channels are always open. But on the behalf of everyone here at Funcom, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for playing Dune Awakening. There's a lot of cool stuff in the works planned for everyone in the next months and years. So stay tuned. We're far from done. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time, whenever that's gonna be.
Happy
Thank you.
1 year anniversary.
Happy 1 year anniversary. And thanks, Alex, for making
Yeah,
it today.
happy 1 year anniversary.
Cool.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, that was the stream. Now, recap.
Remember, did they?
What?
Did this?
No, they didn't. I thought, and I was under the impression that on June or July, chapter 4 is gonna be a thing. Am I so mistaken about it? Or did I misread?
About it.
I mean, that's what they said, right?
But
Yeah. Anyhow, 5 new missions are coming in the Landsrat, for Landsrat missions, which is, new content and missions are always a good thing. It's not bad. They said that they are planning, their big goal is to add like 500 Landsrat missions, so it's not gonna feel so repetitive like it is now, doing the same things and the same missions all over again. They said that the PlayStation is gonna be released on September, and they show us some stuff of the single player, how it's gonna be, and they talked about it. The single player mode is gonna be an option for PC as well. We're gonna stream that to see how it feels. And they talked about they're planning a lot of stuff and to be added in the future. The only thing, the disappointment of today's stream is that besides the 5 Lancelot missions that they're gonna release, until September, they're not planning to release any new content, and I was under the impression that Chapter 4 is gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
And I was really looking forward for it. So there's nothing to expect except these 5 new Lancelot missions until September, which is gonna be the console release. And you know why is that probably, Stitches? Because now they're focusing and they have all their focus in the console release to be flawless and everything work as the should work and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it probably got delayed because they're focusing on the console release on PS4, PS5. So probably they postponed that in order to work in the console. Anyhow, we're gonna stop the stream now because we are way late. We were supposed to stream Pragmata in 9 p.m. and we are 37 minutes late. I didn't expect to be so big. Usually there's 1 hour and something, right? Anyhow, yeah, we're gonna end the stream and gonna come back with Pragmata and start the third mission. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you. Obviously, that's the reason that they are focusing on the PS5 release, Rarun. A lot of new money, right, coming on the way.